I'm thinking to myself, I can just go get a beer and be done. Like, I'm exhausted. I'm like 80 something miles in. I am freaking exhausted. I'm just like, I'm drained. I got nothing left. But I'm like, sort of like, I can either, like, I'm just in this like frame of mind. Like, I could either just quit right now and then all of a sudden, like, I just see this like bench in the clearing, and there's a clearing, like, you could just like, it's got a view and everything. And it's just like a picnic bench, but it was weird. It had this like blue hue around it. Like, there's like the opening of the space. Like, if you could envision like the trees and everything, and then there's this bench right here, like leaves are hanging, but there's like, I don't know if I'm dehydrated, probably am. And like, it's just like the blue, there's just like this blue hue, like just sitting there. And I'm like, okay, for whatever, I don't know why I took my shoes off. I took my shoes off. And whether because my feet were tired or whatever it was, but it felt like something about it, like, just felt kind of like I'm entering like a sacred space, even though I know this is not a sacred space. Like, something is sacred about whatever it is I'm about to go do. Because all I said was, God, I'm going to kneel here, and I'm just going to sit here, and I'm just going to wait. And I'm just like kind of sitting there kneeling, praying on the bench. And now, mind you, I'm not even looking at the clearing. I'm actually facing back in towards where the ski lift is. And all of a sudden, I just get this like complete overwhelming sense of peace. And I could almost like see God in my mind. Like, he's got his arm on my shoulder as I'm kneeling there. And then I stand up, and I just put my head, like, I just kind of like stand up, and I like slightly put my head back, and like just tears start rolling. And also, like, I could feel him like hugging me, like putting his arm around me. Like, I'm here for you. I love you, man. I'm here. I'm right here.
Let's go.
I've always been right here. And after that, that was it.
I love it, brother. That's awesome, man.
5 minutes later, I was cursing at him.
Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Dispatch. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Truly, thank you so much for following us. Thank you so much for watching our videos. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We cannot do it without you guys. Today's guest flew all the way in from Connecticut. He is a firefighter, also an Air Force veteran, and is the president of Take Your Mantle, which is I would say, like, you're a non-for-profit, but you raise money for Air Force Special Forces, TACP, CCTs, all that good stuff. Yep. But you guys do a fucking badass ruck. And it can, I mean, literally what you were just saying is you can go from 1 mile or you can go up to 50 miles, and you guys go throughout Connecticut, right?
Yeah. So so Take Up Your Mantle Challenge, it was inspired by a time in my life that was extremely difficult. But yeah, we used it. It went from helping a church, which ended up closing, that I was going to, unfortunately, but it ended up turning into us helping the Air Force Special Warfare Foundations. And we use it to bring people to faith, help people build their faith. Maybe they don't have faith and they're looking for faith. And we're just supporting the boys at the same time. And it can be as easy as hard as you want to make it. But we just want people to come to peace and be connected with their friends, their community, and be close to God.
Absolutely, Dana. Thank you so much. And I forgot to say your name, but it's Dana Corriveau.
Yep.
Thank you so much for fucking coming in, dude. He also had to tell me a few times how to say his last name. I didn't want to fuck it up. But hey, listen, I still knocked it out of the park.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. Yeah, man.
Well, tell us a little bit about yourself, brother. You know, you were in the Air Force. You're a firefighter. Yep. You know, most importantly, you're a father.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's it. That's the big one. That's most important thing for me, man. Yeah, born and raised Plainville, Connecticut, and was not like doing anything crazy with my life. Just a regular student, just like we were just talking about. You know, A in gym class. Don't care about all the other classes.
Right.
Like, just it's not my thing. And ended up joining the Air Force. Didn't really have a kind of like a path. And I, for whatever reason, watching, Braveheart, Gladiator, Saving Private Ryan, Black Hawk Down, all those movies, like, just as I was growing up, I didn't really know what to really do with my life. I was like, I'm going to go serve my country, because I was like, I'm not going to waste my parents' money.
Yeah, right.
I don't want to waste their money. Like, and that was like, for whatever reason, I had that level of little bit of wisdom in my life.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm just not going to do it. So, and I always like kind of felt like I'm supposed to be in this like protector role, after watching all these like, masculine, kind of movies and everything like that. Like that's what a man is supposed to do. So, went into security forces, and, didn't know a whole lot about the military. Didn't come from a, big military family or anything like that. My cousins had gone into the Air Force prior to me joining, and, did 6 years of that. active duty, and then went 2 years IMA reserve. So then shortly after that was like a hodgepodge of like jobs. Got
Right.
out, got some trade certificates in manufacturing and machining, got CNC certificates. It didn't really end up being my thing. Did some aerospace work with it, and it was
Pretty fucking cool.
it was really monotonous though.
Yeah.
It was like a lot of like quality control stuff. So I learned a lot about like lean manufacturing and everything else, and kind of like manufacturing as a whole, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Got to go work with a company called McCree's Precision, which builds sniper rifle stocks out in Missouri, in Lesterville, Missouri, which is like there's like nobody out there. Nearest Walmart is 2.5 hours away, and that was a really cool experience. But I didn't see myself doing it because I would have been like a hermit, and I would have been out there like forever, and it just wasn't like didn't seem like a good fit for me.
Right.
And then came back, put myself through EMT school, and then put myself through the academy with my GI Bill, Fire Academy, and I've been firefighting in New Britain, Connecticut for 11 years, almost 11 years now.
How difficult is it to get it? Like, so here in Illinois, at one point it was super hard to get onto a fire department, but now it's like manpower is bad. But how was it with the whole process out in Connecticut? Was it pretty easy or was it pretty seamless?
So I had the benefit of having like the military, so like going through like all those hard things being in the military was like, you know, from deployments to a lot of the extra schools that I went to when I was in the military. You know, we had, you know, I went through counter precision engagement course, which is like a sniper course, went through like a SRT course. I went through the sergeant's course for the Marine Corps when I was going like upgrading leadership and stuff like that. So like got really lucky in a lot of different like really cool opportunities through security forces, which that's like the really cool thing about the job. Like it's kind of like you can pick your own path. Like you can go K9, you can go Raven, you can do, you know, they have like, you know, security teams for like the rapid security teams for like the nuke bases and stuff like that. There's all kinds of really cool stuff that you could do with it. Besides just being a gate guard or doing, you know, traffic stuff. Yeah, so, went to, the, what was it? Drawing a blank.
Was that a training?
Yeah. So, So the training was, for after that, what was the question before? Sorry.
Like how for firefighting, how hard was it to get into?
So the firefighting was it wasn't that hard. The academy itself wasn't very difficult. The thing about that was hard was actually the number of applicants. So like I was like one of like 500 or 600.
Yeah,
I know here like it's probably even astronomical more here, like even like here like places like Chicago or New York or any of the big city departments. So it was really competitive at the time. But to your point now, they're only coming in groups of like 100 or 200,
which is insane, dude.
Because it's nowhere near the same,
right? Because how many jobs now can you find that have a pension, who pay for your health insurance and all that stuff? It's like few and far between.
Yeah.
And back then when I was testing in 2016, it was just like you said, 500, 1,000 applicants per job, and these are like maybe mid-sized departments. And you're just like, oh my God, I'm never gonna find a job. I'm like getting out of the Coast Guard. I'm like panicking. I'm like, what are we gonna do?
Yeah, I was going through a rough time because like as I was doing the EMT school stuff, I was at this place in John Downey Drive, which is one of the streets in New Britain that I work in, and it has like a lot of like manufacturing buildings on there. So I ended up working at Stag Arms too for a short amount of time.
Okay,
and didn't end up staying there, but like I was literally in between jobs, just like I was hoping just to, make something. Thankfully when I went to the academy, I was still getting paid because of like my GI Bill and stuff.
Yeah, stepped in.
But yeah, like it didn't take long. I think it took like 3 or 4 months and I got hired. So I think I got lucky, that was because I know that's not the norm for a lot of people. Like it could take years before people get picked up by a department.
I think they do like though, because I've heard a lot of people in the academy put themselves through the fire academy, and then fire departments, like someone backs out, something happens, or they need someone right away, they go right to the fire academy and they're like, oh, who's unsponsored? And then they start picking people up out of the academy.
Yeah, it's like a golden ticket, right? Because now the department doesn't have to pay for the academy, right? Especially if you have paramedic and an academy like behind you, you're gonna get picked up somewhere. That's that's a $20,000 to $30,000 bill that they don't have to pay now.
Yeah, exactly.
It's or whatever the rate is now. I don't know what it is, but
it's probably something stupid. I mean, inflation, all that shit. But like we used to have our guys sign a contract. Like if you were to go to the academy and then back out within a certain time period, you had to pay that money back or retro pay it back.
Okay.
I don't think it was all bullshit. I think it's just more of like a scare tactic.
Yeah.
I don't know if they ever made anyone pay, but we've had a few people come and then leave and go to like another department.
Yeah, we're hiring a bunch of laterals right now.
which honestly is good and bad because like you might be picking up someone else's trash, but or also you're going to get a solid firefighter because we did that for a while and we picked up some solid dudes.
Yeah, and that's so we like, in the guys that we're picking up, I think they're 3 or 4 years on, a lot of them.
Yeah.
So they're either going to be squared away or they're not.
Yeah.
You know, and we just ran our last 2 years in a row. We ran 2 internal academies, first time in the department history, and you know, a lot of the people that came out of that were really good for the most part. So
Right, because you're teaching them, right? Because the academy is
Yeah.
going to teach you a basic line of what this is like, right? Because when I went to the police academy, it was like always worst case scenario. You're doing a red man scenario, and it always turned into a full on brawl.
yeah,
You know, and you really learn to be a firefighter or to be the police when you actually are at your department, and then you guys are teaching them right off the bat what you want them to do and how to do it.
yeah. So we would still be sponsored by like the state, basically the state academy. But they would be the ones that would signing off on it because it still has to go through them and everything.
Mhm.
But like the nice thing about it was like, yeah, you're kind of getting to pick and choose a little bit more, like
Yeah.
you know, like who you're actually getting and everything. But our problem is we can't sustain it because we don't have the manpower,
That's the hard part, man.
and it's really hard to staff it.
Right, you'd need like a pretty big size department to be able to handle that kind of stuff.
We had 3 guys, 3 to 4 guys each class. That was it.
Oh wow, yeah,
It's a lot.
that's a shift.
5 days a week for 4 months.
That's tough.
That's a lot.
The nice thing too is those like you're still in that probation stage. You guys are all union out there, right?
Yeah.
And the nice thing is like if you see a candidate or whatever you guys call them, recruit, you can bounce them,
Yeah.
which is the nice part. And you guys are
we
guys
could.
are on,
Yeah.
eyes on the whole time.
Yeah, we could. It hasn't. We had one guy that did get bounced out just because there's some stuff he was doing. I think it was in the first. I can't remember if it was the first or second one, but we did have to bounce like one guy because
Yeah.
it was just because of nonsense.
Yeah.
Something about him lying about something before. So
Oh, and
yeah.
that's huge. Like firefighters, like integrity. You know,
Mm-hmm.
if you're lying and you're in that probation stage, goodbye. And that,
Yeah.
rightfully so, because there's no point and there's no place for you in that field if
Right.
you're going to be lying, because you're taking official reports and people's lives are, you know, kind of in your hands with, you know, whether you get in charge with this crime or not, or with you guys, your lives literally
yeah,
could be in their hands.
yeah. Most of the guys understand. Like, I think what happens with like some of the first responder stuff. I think it's getting better now. Like, but the guys forget sometimes. They think like, yeah, we're going to fight fires, we're going to do this stuff. And sometimes when we're trying to justify things or whatever it is, I think it always needs to fall back. This is a life and death job.
Right.
This is a 20 to 25 year deployment.
Right.
Like, you're not guaranteed. Yes, it gets complacency kicks in really quick, and it can really quickly. And it's you could have, you don't get to predict what's going to happen emergency wise.
Right, man.
You don't.
I thought I was doing 30 plus years. And it turns out I was only able to do 6. So it's just like,
Yeah.
you don't know what's going to happen.
You don't know what's going to happen. Like, I could leave from this, go back home, you know, when I get back, and that's it.
Yeah.
There could be, you know, with the guy in Boston that just passed away. You know, the
Right.
rest guy, 24 years, 1 year away from retirement.
Which is like you were talking to me in the kitchen earlier about that one deployment you're on, and they were playing volleyball,
Right.
and she's leaving the next day.
Yeah. Kandahar chick, we're on the main boardwalk with a master sergeant from who was like, we grouped a bunch of different, it was like 3 different squadrons that got together before we deployed. And this guy, wildly enough, from New Britain, Connecticut, like, I'm just like, you know, me and him hit it off right away. Right. And so, you know, I'm a senior airman, I'm an E4, and, you know, he's an E7, and we're walking down the boardwalk, and most of the mortar attacks, and there's a lot of vets to say, like, they're complete crap.
Yeah.
This one hit, like, hit three different buildings, and it hit this girl that was playing volleyball on the court. We ignored it, and she got hit, and she was supposed to leave like the next day. We found out.
Fucking nuts, man.
Yeah.
And she like lost her leg, right?
She lost her leg. Yeah. Me and my master sergeant watched it. We were like as we were hitting the deck, we were like, holy cow. Like we watched it like come in.
And you're in eyesight, so that just as easily could have been you guys.
It could have been
like,
just, yeah.
fucking
It literally like 30, 40 yards down, it hit past the green bean
No shit.
on the boardwalk.
No shit.
And this was 2010.
Fucking nuts, man.
Yeah.
Kev, you're in missile defense. There's nothing you guys can do for like mortar rounds or anything like that.
Not specifically what I did, but CRAM does.
CRAM does?
Short range
Okay.
air defense, if it's set up on that base, could have potentially.
CRAM, CWIZ, same thing.
Is CRAM, is that what that is?
That's a
behind us?
Patriot.
No, that's Patriot.
That's Patriot. Okay, yeah. So I saw, when I was in Kandahar, I saw a bunch of Patriots doing stuff when we were out on perimeter. Like it was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's primarily missile defense and aircraft, as opposed to CRAM, which is specifically for mortars or short range rockets.
Yeah, so CRAM and CWIZ, same thing?
I don't know.
I don't know. We called ours CWIZ. I'm sure it was the CRAM.
I'll take it.
Yeah. It sounded like,
Yes.
yeah. That's
Yes.
it.
Oh, yeah. I did hear that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. I did hear that. a couple
Everyone knows
times.
that fucking.
Yeah. That
Anytime-
sound is amazing.
Yeah, anytime we had a gun X, it would be like you hear, doof, 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 doof.
It's the most glorious sound.
I'd be laying in my rack because I wasn't on anything. I was like, oh, this is the best.
They got me. We're good.
Also, they put me on like the 76 millimeter, and I was on the like retrieval team. If there was a misfire, I'm fucking like 6'1", dude, and I had to go in like a little path that was like 2 feet wide. I had to like scoot around the fucking interior of the gun and like reach my hand in just to pull out like this like failed round, like launched round. At any time it could have blown up. I'm like, this is fucking great. This is what I signed up for.
That's wild.
Yeah, fuck that shit, dude.
Dude, that's wild.
No, thank you.
Yeah, no, we had like when on the 50s using the brass as like the safety.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
How does that work?
You just put the brass between that and the trigger, and that would be act as a safety on the when we were driving when the gunner was like just not on. I have a picture of it. I don't have it. I don't have it with me, but I'll send it. I'll send it to you after this. It's hysterical.
This is my safety.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%. I was like, that's how we're doing things. Like, okay, yeah, cool.
I would expect that like out of the Marines, not the Air Force.
Yeah, well, when we went for my first deployment, we went to Camp Bucca. That was my first deployment. We went to Camp Bucca, and this was just as the MRAPs were coming online. So like there was a lot of like different things happening then. So I went to Camp Bucca, Iraq in 2008, but our pre-deployment training was at Fort Lewis. So we went to Fort Lewis and we were at Yakima. So this was when Combat Lifesaver was coming out, and this was like all before the TCCC stuff and everything like that. And there was a bunch of like already hardened like infantry guys and combat medics, and like they're teaching us how to do like, needle decompressions and all this other stuff. And I'm like, I'm gonna have to do this. Like, what the heck?
Fuck.
I'm an Air Force guy.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on here? So like, we're doing all this stuff, and I'm so grateful that I got to have those experiences, because I know like there's so many guys that never got to do any of that stuff. And and then like some second bat guys showed up when we were doing like dismounted ops in between villages and stuff like that for the mock villages that we were there. Like the training that we got was like unbelievable.
Oh shit! Awesome.
For like from mounted, dismounted, like very basic CQB, like all this stuff, like from like I'm an E3 and I'm getting all this training. Like this is epic.
Fucking badass.
So cool. Heavy weapons, like everything. I'm like, this is the coolest thing ever. And then get to go to Iraq, and we're getting ready to go out the gate, and I'm like, oh, this is real. Like I'm going into a war zone.
Yeah.
Like I remember the first picture I took, I still have it, and I'm like, this is like with the serpentine wire and everything else. You're just like the barbed wires everywhere, and like you got the big Hescos, and you're just like, you're getting ready to go off base, and it's just desert, and you're like, here we go.
No shit. How was it? Your first time out?
The thing that's, so my gunner Miles, he just did the test fires like dug 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 dug, and I'm like, here we go.
This is it.
This is it. I'm 18. This is it.
Fucking to think, dude, 18 years old in a war zone. I was a fucking little shithead when I was 18 years old. There's no fucking way.
Dude, I was like, it was either 18 or 19, but yeah, I was like, here we go.
Yeah, man.
This is it, man. And it did not, and I remember after about 3 weeks, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to find an IED. Oh, my eyes are shot.
Yeah.
I'm burnt out. Like it was like looking for IEDs all the time was exhausting.
Oh, dude, because you're on.
You can't turn it off.
You can't. It's like it's so hard to like. There was this place called like so the main like mission there was like sector sweeps for IEDs, and this was like at the time I didn't know this. It was like, or I did, but like I didn't know like how big it was. But it was an EFP area, so explosive force projectiles. Basically, do you know what those are?
Mm-mm.
So like you take like a big piece of like PVC, and in it you put like a copper like disc in it, and behind it there's just a bunch of charge.
Okay.
And what it does is it turns that copper charge into like a molten missile, and it goes
Holy shit.
right through. It goes right through all the upper, like all the upper armor that you thought you had doesn't matter.
Oh fuck.
Doesn't matter. And I remember we were the main mission was like transporting detainees to like an airstrip not too far up like from where we were, and then when we weren't doing that, we were like MRAPs are coming online like, hey, you want to go get this extra training? I'm like, sure. So we fly out, we get to Baghdad, and then we're gonna go pick up these MRAPs and we're gonna drive them back from Baghdad all the way down back to Buka. And so we're at camp. I remember seeing Saddam's palace and the huge hole that was in it and everything. And like I was like, holy cow! Like damn! Like and we were. I think it was Camp Victory, and there's a bunch of other bases there. I don't remember everything. This was a while ago. And then the place that we had the MRAP training was called Camp Trash Can. It was called the Boneyard, and it was where all the vehicles, Humvees and MRAPs that had gotten hit by IEDs. And an MRAP it's a multi. I forget what the acronym is, but it has a V-shaped hull. Mine resistant ambush protectant. That's what it is. It's got a V-shaped hull on it, so that way when it gets hit, it just falls apart. Like the charge won't go through the vehicle. It's gonna go deflect out.
Right.
And we saw EFPs in the glass. And I was wondering why Humvees had like plexiglass on the side of their doors.
Right.
Like, why would they do that? Like that's weird. Like, wouldn't you want the up armor? That doesn't make sense. But then when we went to the Boneyard, it made sense because the EFP didn't go through the plexiglass as much. It would be stuck in it because the plexiglass or the glass, whatever the bulletproof glass was, it had flex.
Yeah.
But the armor didn't. The metal doesn't. It doesn't
Right.
have any flex, so it just goes right through.
No shit.
So yeah, there was like a lot of really cool like learning things when we were out there and everything. So it was definitely interesting, man, for sure.
Yeah, dude. It's also probably pretty fucking sketchy seeing all those blown up vehicles, and you're like, oh, this could be me.
Yeah, there was this place called Lover's Lane.
Oh, I've been there with the crotchless panties.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right before you get into it was Safwan Village I believe was the name of the village, and like when you go through this place, it's just heaps of trash. You're just like, okay, well, if we die today, we die today.
Yeah.
Like that's it.
Just close your eyes.
It's just like, okay, this is it, guys. Like we didn't go through there as like we would try to avoid it, but sometimes we just went it because it was part of the sector sweep, and you're just like, I don't want to do this.
Fuck no. No, dude, hats off to you. I'm gonna ask you a question. It might be difficult, but what were we listening to in these patrols? Anything good? Any little Miley Cyrus part in the USA? We listened to a little Backstreet Boys.
Honestly, man, it was just raw, no music.
No music?
No music.
I'd be jamming, dude. If I'm dying in an explosion, we're jamming.
It was just raw for us. No music or anything. It was the first time I had read Mike Durant's book.
Okay.
His Black Hawk Down. That was the first time I had actually read the book. It was the first book I actually read cover to cover.
Okay.
Like when I was in school, I didn't read a whole lot.
Oh, same, brother.
Like next to nothing. I got into like Lord of the Rings a little bit, but I never read the full book. I had read like bits and pieces of all of them, but I never read like the full thing. But this was like the first book like I couldn't put down. I read it in like 2 days.
No shit.
Yeah.
It is a good book.
It's a really good book. Really good book.
Movie's also pretty solid too.
Movie's also awesome.
Yeah.
Also inspiration for me going in. So yeah, for sure.
I remember reading Lone Survivor when I was deployed, and like him talking about when they got ambushed and they're falling down the mountain, and I started like crying. I was like, oh fuck, dude, like I couldn't even imagine.
No.
And then you find out that it's probably bullshit, and that kind of broke my heart.
Yeah, there's been a lot of that.
Yeah.
And I kind of don't dive into it too much anymore because it can be really upsetting. But that's why I like a lot of the Air Force stories, because
Silent professionals.
They're not, one, you don't hear them, and two, those stories you can't fake them.
Yeah, silent professionals. You
guys are 100%. Because they're calling an ordinance.
Yeah,
you can't fake that.
But like, how often? Like, you hear from Navy SEALs all the time. You hear from like Delta guys. You don't really hear from like CCTs or PJs or anything like that.
No,
like Eric, like just some of the shit he taught, like some of his stories. First of all, were hilarious with the bear.
The bear
is fucking awesome.
Hysterical.
Did you hear about that one? Yeah, fucking awesome. But they just don't really talk about it.
No, I was reading first Air Force Special Warfare book I read was None Braver.
Okay, I'll have to read it. That
was really good. It ties into like Jason Cunningham a whole lot, and it was about same place with John So
Because he was a PJ, right? Cunningham?
Cunningham was a PJ.
And they were the quick reaction force with the Rangers? Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah. And that was the first time I had heard about John Chapman. And I know there's a couple other books out there. Tactical Air Controllers in Iraq and Afghanistan. That was another book I read. That was really great.
Yeah.
Different one was Lions of Kandahar. That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was about Green Berets. But yeah, just dude, I've always looked up to those guys because they're the MVP for the team.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
They're just, but nobody knows.
Dude, just the capabilities from PJs, Tech Beats, like all those guys, 100%, but like CCTs in general, like their capabilities is just, I don't know. I hold them to such a high standard.
Yeah.
Because you have to be able to call in these ordnance, know what you're fucking doing in a firefight, and then also be able to operate with some of the best operators in the world.
Yeah.
And not even just our country, but other countries. Dude, hats off to those guys. Fucking badasses, man.
Yeah, like when Eric was, I've never experienced anything like, even like medevac or call for fire or CAS or anything like that. Like I've never experienced anything. Do I know what it is? Yeah, we get the 9-line cards like everybody does. But like, when you hear Eric, the way he was describing it, like calling it in, like going through his processes and everything, and like, yeah, you're getting shot at, everything's happening. Like, oh, you're keeping, track of a stack that's in the sky, and like, yeah, it's like, dude, it's just wild.
Nuts, man. I've been in one shooting and it's fucking chaos.
Yeah.
Like your mind's just going fucking haywire. Your adrenaline dumps. Like you're just tunnel vision. I don't know how the fuck those dudes do it when rounds are flying and they're just cool, calm, collective, just fucking getting those airstrikes in.
Yeah, just like, yep, antenna up there.
Yeah.
Doing all just blurbing it off.
Yeah. He talked about, did you hear the story when he took like an Ambien or some shit? He couldn't sleep. So he took like an Ambien and then there was like a base attack and they're like, you get out of your rack. And he's fucking like all fucked up running upstairs.
I remember,
executed it flawlessly. Doesn't remember any of it. Next day they're like, yeah, good job, bro. Good job, bro.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
It's like, oh, thank God I didn't kill anyone. All right, cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good shit, man. Good shit. But let's get back to you because that's the most important thing right now. Now, your time overseas or in your time in the Air Force, like what's one like probably a memorable moment that kind of like sticks out to you the most?
Honestly, like I think it was just some of the friendships I made, like my close friends, George Reines, Steve Pedersen, Rob Mitchell, Bill Gaskins, Shannon, Hedge, Chris. There's so many dudes that like just the dumbest shit that we did together. Like it's just like it doesn't really matter what it was, but just like just being together and everything, and like for George and Steve and Rob to take me in when I was the way I was at 18, like when I was interested in going like to try out for our sniper course and everything, which again is counter precision engagement course. I don't even know if it exists anymore, but it was down at Camp Robinson in Little Rock, Camp Robinson in Arkansas, and I won't forget it because it was like the first time I felt like I was actually stepping into like being like a true protector role, and like. I'm just this kid that can do gymnastics. I don't really have any other capabilities. Like
you want to see a sick backflip?
Yeah, you want to see a sick backflip or watch me walk on my hands? Like, no, idiot. Go put your leotard away.
That's one thing, dude. In the military, you can bust some fucking balls.
Yeah, no, and that was awesome, and it took a lot of like sacrifice on my end to like get into that because I knew what those guys are, but that's what I wanted to be. Yep. I wanted to be like those guys that somebody can count on, and I wanted to be a part of that, like that that whatever that upper echelon was, and they really did raise me in a lot of ways, and I thought I was gonna fail when I went to the school, and I remember when I got my first scorecard back for range estimation, and I got like a 95. I had been getting like 30s and 40s every single test, like pre-training prior to going. I'm like, I'm just not gonna make it.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's gonna biff it. And then when I got it, and then it was like the rest of the course, it was like 90s or 100s, like every test. It was so easy. And then I was like helping. The cool thing was I was helping other dudes in the class.
That's awesome.
That was what was so awesome about it.
You went from fucking thinking you're gonna fail to the
Complete jelly bean idiot to like we're okay, we're gonna get it. I was trying to get the top guy in the class. That's what it was. I didn't, but it was cool.
Let's go. Now, did that change your job set at all, or is it kind of just like an addition to what your capabilities?
Yeah, it's just an addition. It doesn't have its own. It's not like an AFSC
right.
like an MOS. It's not its own MOS.
Right.
It's just an additional duty.
Yeah, I just didn't know if they, like, when you were deployed, if they would be like, all right, now you're going to be doing this. We're going to put you in Overwatch. We're going to do this.
Yeah, it was a special. They call it a special experience identifier.
Okay.
And it's what the numbers was 313 at the time. I don't know if it's the same thing or what it is now.
Yeah, dude. The people you meet while you are serving, they're some of the best friends you'll ever meet in your whole entire life. Like, I mean, my buddy Callan, like, I haven't seen him in, I don't know, 6-7 months.
Yeah.
I guarantee if he flew up here or I called him or I flew down there, we'd pick up right where we left off. We talked about that off camera too, man.
Yeah, man. Like those guys, like I was telling you, like Steve-O was getting married. He's out in San Francisco. And he was up in Santa Rosa, but like I was with my ex-wife at the time. We were dating, and I was like, "Hey, we got to fly out to San Francisco. He's getting married." Like, well, she's like, "We can't stay," and like all this other stuff. And I'm like, "Yeah, no, we can't but like we're going."
Yeah.
So like red-eyed, got there 3 hours over, past San Francisco, get to Santa Rosa, spent like an hour or two, 3 hours back, red-eye back home.
Worth it. Worth every second, man.
Every time.
Yeah, I would do that same thing, dude. I would do the same thing. I'm like, hey, you're getting married. I'm coming, buddy.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the best, man. Because like I haven't talked to my buddy Callan, and he came out to my wedding, and we haven't talked in like 2-3 years.
Yeah.
Picked up right where we left off, man.
Yeah, man. I'm like George will call. I'm like, "What's up, Times New Broman?
Yeah,
what's going on?" It's always comes with a new bro name, Brosidious. Like whatever it is. So like, yeah, me and him always. We catch up at least once a month, or he's been busy because he's doing private security work now out in Cali. But we still stay in touch. Steve-O and I sparsely stay in touch, and I haven't talked to Rob in a long time. But yeah, it's still been like if we were to get back together, it'd be like how we're sitting here right now. It wouldn't be really any different.
Yeah. So how was the rest of your deployment overseas?
There wasn't really too much happening. Beyond that, we go out often. We'd go and serve warrants at times with OSI, which is Office of Special Investigations,
which is kind of cool.
Which is pretty cool. We got to sit around, have chai, break bread, meet families, kids. Like you just realize they're regular people.
Yeah,
most of them.
Yeah,
like they're good people.
Yeah, exactly.
Like we were in like farmland kind of area, so there wasn't like farmland for them. Whatever that is, but. Yeah, like not a whole lot happened beyond that. Just
in perspective, like their way of life and their day-to-day life and how they live, in compared to how we live in America, is completely different.
Coming back and then driving again though was weird.
Was it?
I was like not like in a PTSD way, but just like weird.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I don't have like a rifle right here. There isn't a dude. Rocking a 50 right here. Like
you're not scanning for fucking IEDs.
That bag on the side of the road is fine.
Yeah,
it's just a bag.
It's just
and like I said, those things didn't like. I'm like, yeah, no, but there was like the cognition of like, oh wait, you're home.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing to worry about. Like there was definitely a little bit of a transition for sure.
Right.
Yeah, I slept a lot when I got back.
Oh, I guarantee you did.
I slept a lot because like we didn't really sleep when we were there. Like we were going out all the time.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Yeah,
I bet.
Even though we were working shifts, we were out all the time. 12, 13-hour shifts in the sun are just like,
oh, dude, sucks the life out of you.
Brutal.
Yeah. How comfy was the bed, dude?
I had a poncho liner up. Made the best of it.
That sounds horrible. That sounds horrible.
No, like I just meant like you just like it was the beds weren't terrible.
Yeah.
Like it was like you had to get up in the morning.
Right.
Because the heat just wakes you up.
Oh, I bet.
You just as soon as you walk out the door, pure sweat. Just pure sweat. Back. We had we would take these just water bottles, cut them in half.
Yeah.
And they didn't do anything, right? But like we hooked them, like taped them to the vent in the Humvee, and we just stick it in our vest, like
nice.
like a tube system that we would just make, and it was just like, yeah. It's not doing anything, but I'm gonna pretend it is.
It's air.
It's
And,
air.
Hey,
It's
sometimes
air movement. It feels like it's doing something. So.
sometimes the brain doesn't know the difference, brother.
No.
Sometimes you just gotta fool the
No,
brain.
the beds weren't too bad. I mean, Air Force gets treated pretty good compared to
We
Army.
know, dude. You guys
So,
have the Ritz. You
yes,
guys have great
yes,
chow.
We do.
How
have
was
great-
the Army's chow, Kev?
I was talking to him beforehand. I spent most of my time on Air Force bases, so I
Oh.
don't have very many complaints.
So you had lobster and steak.
Every Friday,
I don't know what that was.
you just plugged in a device.
Oh,
an audio
it's
jack.
the headphones. You stepped on the cord. It's
Oh, no.
that. Unplug it.
Unplug what?
Unplug the headphones in the computer. It's plugged in at the bottom. There it goes. So when I do my editing, I use the headphones, and I've ripped it out of the computer so many times that the aux is bent,
Yeah.
so it doesn't read it. If you touch it or jiggle it slightly,
Mhm.
it starts to go crazy, just like that.
Listen, it is what it is.
Yeah,
Learning things.
100%,
As you go.
yeah.
Yeah. As we were talking about with like the computers and running everything, you're just like, this isn't my thing, but I have to do this.
Oh
So,
yeah, you
I'll figure
become
it out.
you become an expert for sure.
Yeah, you figure it out.
I don't know where we left off. We're talking about chow.
Yeah, I was just talking about chow. We used to get like, so you would get steak and lobster. I think it was on Thursdays or Fridays.
So it is real.
It is real.
I thought
It
it was
was
a
real.
joke. You fuckers.
I remember. I do remember this about the deployment. It was this is when I learned what it meant. Like what I don't want to say what a man looks like, but like the difference between like a warrior
Yeah.
and like someone who's in charge. Green Beret team walks in. You can tell they're bearded out. They're like no rank, nothing.
Mhm.
Like they were just. I'd never seen them. Like they were just coming through. This guy just looked like they weren't like they just looked like they went through it. The guy just walks up, cuts the line, gets I'm like, yeah, bud, like cool.
Do your thing,
And
brother.
the dude is just like, he's a mongoloid. Like you're just like, yeah, you could just tell. And like, the power of the beard, right? So like he grabs this thing. This officer has a problem with it.
Oh, they always do.
Has a problem with it.
Would you have a problem, Kev?
Hell no.
Yeah, has a huge problem with it. So like I'm walking and I'm trailing and this guy is like, you could tell this like officer's like shaking his head, like he's ready to like get into this guy. I'm like, why? Like in my head, I'm like,
Right.
I'm like 18, I know better. Like,
Yeah.
dude, read the room.
Pick your battles, bro.
Read the room, dude. Like so like they sit down and the officer comes up and I'm like the table behind. I'm like, I got front row seats.
It's the greatest show, baby.
Because not because I wanted to sit there, but like some of our guys are already sitting there, so I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm like this is perfect. This is gonna be great. Front row seats. So like officer is like he's I forgot what he said. All the Green Beret did was, or Ranger or whatever he was, right? Like he gets up and he's just like, are we gonna have a fucking problem here? And he just looks at him like the whole chow hall just stops because like the officer was like he made a big stink. So
he's like
he
ripping
just
his ass?
stands up. All his guys next to him look up, like with like the death stare, like they're like I'm taking your soul, like kind of stare. The officer just tucks tails and walks away. He doesn't even say anything.
How embarrassing.
So embarrassing, and it was just like I was like, whoa,
That just happened.
that just happened.
Are we gonna have a fucking problem? No, sir, we are not.
He didn't even say, like his face just went bright red, like brighter than that fireball like picture, right? Like, and I was like, whoa, dude. Like, okay, so that's what it means to be a warrior, and
Yeah.
that's what it means to be in charge, or in charge.
Yeah.
When you think you're in charge.
That didn't go the way you thought it was gonna go,
No,
did it?
no, it did not.
No, it did not.
No, it did not. It did not go the way he anticipated.
He anticipated. He's probably like, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna throw my
That
rank
dude
around.
was at least like 6'3", like two,
like a
all
knuckle
like
dragger.
230, 240.
Yeah, knuckle dragger.
I was like,
yeah,
why?
yeah.
You wouldn't do that in real life.
No.
Like outside of uniform. Why would you even? Why?
Yeah, he's like, there's nothing on your shirt that's gonna save you, buddy.
So dumb. So dumb.
Fucking nuts, man. It's funny you guys talk about chow and food and stuff, and I interviewed these two gentlemen. They're twins. They came from China. Great fucking guys. They were in the Marines, and he's just like, dude, we were so fucking hungry because all they were eating is MREs, all that
Yeah.
stuff. He's like, we started stealing watermelons from the farmers in their fields.
Well,
He's
do
like,
what you got to do.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
But it's just crazy how the Marines just get fucked so
They
hard.
get I have a buddy on the job. He was in the second wave of Fallujah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. He was a good dude. I mean, I didn't really know all of his stories, but I took my kids over to his place. Like, hey, I want to do like Memorial Day, if you wanted to like talk about it so that my kids can hear it. I know they were only like 6 and 7 at the time. So he says it in a way that they can understand and everything. So, his name's Matty, and he was talking about his friends that had, passed away, and I had told him about John a little bit, and so his kids knew who they were and everything, so my kids could hear like, hey, this is why we do Memorial Day and everything like that.
Absolutely.
And like it was just one of those things where like, dude, to your point, like the stuff that he was telling me was just like, it was just wild, the stuff that they had to go through.
Oh, I couldn't even imagine.
Just absolutely wild. And he's so like, he likes to brush it off like nothing happened. I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
stop.
I can see like why, like, people, like my shooting, people are like, oh, that's crazy. I'm just like, no, it just did my job. I just did what I was supposed to do. And it's kind of the same thing. And dude, it's probably a lot of trauma that comes back when you start to get into the deeper parts of it. But I mean, it's the same thing. It's like if you went on a patrol and you got into a fucking ambush, it'd be the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's what's funny is like you still remember like all the little things with that, right? Like even like for like 5s and 25s and like looking out and all that other stuff. You're just like, or even before you do a 5 and 25, looking underneath.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, cool. So yeah.
Cool. We're good. We're good.
Yeah, we're good. Everything's good.
So shenanigans. Any shenanigans happen? Because I know shenanigans happen on my deployment. Any shenanigans happen in your deployment?
Yeah. So when we got back from Iraq, we went to Ali Salim, so which has a pool.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So we had a Black Hawk. We had a Black Hawk Inn and Black Hawk pretty much everywhere when we were in Iraq. If we weren't on vehicles, but when we got back, it's just a helicopter ramp that brought us back because it was like an hour or two, I think, from where it was from Camp Puka to Salim or whatever it was. And we got there. We had 2 weeks. And so the first thing that happened is really funny. Like there was some fighter jets that were flying over real low, but to me it like sounded like mortars for whatever. I was in a deep sleep. Like I just didn't sleep a whole lot when I was there.
Right.
And for whatever reason my brain thought it was incoming and it wasn't. And I was on the top bunk, and I yelled incoming, and I rolled right off the bed. Like just like no pause, just boom right off the top rack and like rolled right seamlessly right underneath another bed, and everybody like got up and I hear nobody like moving, and I get up and I'm like, oh yeah.
We're not there anymore.
We're not there anymore.
Talk a little about little PTSD.
Yeah, and we and to be fair, we only had gotten mortared a couple of times when we were in Iraq, but it was just like this is one of those things like because like I was so young and so new, like I was just trying to do the right thing.
Right, exactly.
Like it wasn't because like it happened like a ton of times or anything like that, but then like it was just shenanigans after that. It was like the Extreme Slim Milk Chugging Challenge of 2018. Yeah. It was the Hot Sauce Chugging Challenge. It was synchronized swimming in the pool. It was all the things.
How was it synchronized? How was the performance? Was
the
it good?
Performance was pretty good.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
You should have videoed it.
It was I actually might have a video still.
Oh please, oh please do. Oh
yeah,
please do.
I might. I have to go check the hard drives there. But yeah,
was alcohol involved?
No alcohol.
No,
not
alcohol?
For us. No,
Oh,
and they're pretty straight whistled actually for the most part. I mean, a couple of magazines, but mostly pretty straight whistled.
Couple magazines.
Couple of magazines when we got back. Yeah.
As in like porno mags or as in?
Yeah, porno mags. Yeah.
Listen, dude.
Yeah. So
little play was a Hustler, Playgirl.
I honestly don't
Maxim.
remember. It might have been Playgirl.
There you go. Playgirl.
Whatever gets it done.
Whatever
gets it done.
Listen. Everybody's gay once in a while.
Right. Hey, yeah. Ricky Bobby. I spread my cheeks under the name of Mike Honcho.
Yeah.
I just need you to know that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Great movie. Man. Great fucking movie. All right, dude. So you got back. Adjustment was a little bit of kind of just driving. Is there any other adjustment problems that you had, or just that was pretty much it? Not problems, but like things you noticed.
I knew that I was different. I knew that I was not like after the deployment. I was like, I'm not the same as everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
That's not who I was just with. Right? Like I am not the same, and not in a bad way. Like just like I started to notice it. Like it didn't really start to sink in until really like after I kind of got out of the military, like in total, but like I knew like there was a definitely definitive like, oh, like not everybody's paying attention to this, and this is still 2008 when things are still really patriotic at the time.
You're talking about like hypervigilance?
I wouldn't say hypervigilance, but like I just mean like I grew up.
Yes. Oh, you became
forced to grow up.
Yeah.
Like I went from 18 to 22, like mentally.
Yeah.
Like, like I just did my whole life, like of like what college would be in one deployment. And as far as growing up.
Yeah, I think basic does that to you. I think military life in general, because you're living by yourself, and then when you top on a deployment overseas, 100% changes you. Yeah.
That's just how it felt. Like, with like the responsibility of like all the things that we were doing, whether it was keeping the CLS bags up to date, the radios, like weapons, like everything, and you're just like, I'm 18.
Yeah.
You don't realize how much shit you're actually doing, and a lot of guys will take that for granted and be like, so if you're like even going on a deployment and doing all that stuff. That's more than 99.99% of the population.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a lot of shit.
It's a lot of shit. A lot of responsibility for an 18-year-old kid to take on as well.
Like, I'm not like the guy in charge of everything, right? I'm still helping, like, because I want to be good teammate. Like,
right.
I gotta and I want to know how to do everything because like I probably could die tomorrow if I don't know how to do the thing.
Right. Or someone else can die because you didn't do the thing, or X, Y, Z. But like deployment, like you're going on patrols and you're looking for these explosives. I mean, that plays wreaks havoc on your nervous system. And
yeah, like I was burnt out with, like I said, a couple of weeks after like looking. And just like I can't sustain this.
No, absolutely.
I would
not.
do the best I can. Don't get me wrong. But
right.
Like, it was just like.
Right, but it plays a part in changing who you are, and then you have the incoming, just like you said, like you were off base or out of country, and you guys are relaxing, and that's the first thing that pops. Like, and then you just saw a woman lose her leg right in front of you, so that shit fucking changes you, man.
Yeah, there was some other like really cool things, right? Like watching the Patriot system, and like we had a ground attack when you're in Kandahar on a previous deployment. On a different deployment, post that one, and like watching it just like send like its full load, or maybe, I don't know if it was its full load, but it was awesome. No pun intended on that either.
So you guys call it full loads?
Not publicly.
Not publicly.
Yeah, but it was a full load.
It was an 8-roper.
It was so cool. It was one of the coolest things I'd ever seen. Yeah, we had gotten We just got in a Humvee when we heard the ground attack coming in. Mounted the 240 on the Humvee because we were military police. We were just driving around in Hiluxes, like that's it.
I've heard great things about fucking Hiluxes, dude.
Yeah, they're awesome.
People love them.
They're awesome,
and they wish they can get them in the States.
I wish they would be here in the States.
No
too.
shit.
Yeah, they're awesome. So like we only had like 2 Humvees for the entire our squadron that we were there, and so we didn't have the heavies mounted on them all the time. So we just mounted the 240 on it real quick. We didn't have 50s. And we just met up with guys on the fence line. We're like, hey, what do you need? Where do you need us? How can we help?
Shit.
How can we help? And then like an Apache came in. It was just like we watched it happen. We're like, you could see like Pathfinders out there or whoever they were, and like they were just like, because you see the IR strobes with the night vision and everything.
Yeah.
It was cool. And then like all of a sudden you just hear this rotor, and it had like the green kind of luminescence on the tips or whatever, and just all of a sudden you just see, and you're just like, dead. I don't know who that is, but they're dead.
America.
That was it. Yeah, it was awesome.
Fucking badass. America has some sick weaponry for sure.
Watching the F-16s and 15s like go out in full payloads and then come back empty, you're like, okay. And like this is every day.
Dude, nuts.
2010, every day. It
was hot in 2010 though. Like conflict
multiple times. You're like, I would just sit there and watch the fighter craft go off. I'm like, this is awesome.
Fucking sick.
Just so cool.
Oh, absolutely. Super badass. How was your second deployment compared to your first?
It was tough.
Yeah.
Like I had gone through, so after Iraq, George and Steve and Rob let me go to try out to go to our sniper school at the time. And so I go and do the sniper thing, and it's cool. And we learn, we're still learning all the same things the Army is. We just didn't have to pass the stocks. So it's not really, like, I don't want to go sit here and call it like, like, hey, like I'm sniper qualified, like I'm Army sniper qualified. I'm not. Like it's, it was the Air Force's version of the sniper school that was adopted from the Army.
Still badass.
Still really badass. Yeah. Went to SRT school at Fort Leonard Wood, learned how to like clear rooms like we were talking about.
Yeah.
Just basic fundamentals and stuff like that. You qualify with live rounds at the end of it during an FTX that you do. And it's cool because like it wasn't just Air Force, you were working in the Army, you were working in the Marines, you were working with everybody. It was really cool.
It's cool.
So we're driving up on the FTX on like a skid board with like, the big SUVs and everything like that. And, guys got like saws, they're cutting through fences, and like, it's a lot like firefighting in the sense, just with guns and flashbangs. It's awesome.
Just slightly cooler.
Yeah, it's a little bit cooler for sure.
Dude, it's cool, man. Like doing CQB, like especially with like a team, and when you guys are like free flowing, it's actually cool to watch.
It is.
It's just like water, man.
And we're like, we're like the basic,
Still
but
cool.
it's still really cool.
Still
though,
cool.
like just awesome.
Especially from different branches, you guys are all like working together.
Yeah.
Where'd you guys squeeze? Where are you riding up at? Are you doing lower thigh? You doing shoulder? You doing back of an arm?
We did do butt cheek during training a couple
Always.
times just for fun. Right?
Always.
Of course, always. But
Inner upper thigh, right? Just like right below the butt cheek. That's where I usually grab. I'm a big grabber there.
That's good. Yeah, no, but I mean, just like the basic stuff, right? Just on top, like right by the shoulder for the most part. So but yeah, when we started figuring it out, we would mess around kind of like what you're talking about. So
100%,
it was fun, man. Yeah.
Oh, it's just like when basic training, we had smallpox. You got the smallpox? Did you get
smallpox? Yes.
Yeah, and you have to scream, and when you're in the birthing bay or whatever you're at, when you're taking or changing out your bandage, you have to say gangway smallpox. We would just say gang bang smallcock.
That's awesome.
And they never said shit to us.
That's hysterical.
Just fucking.
That is amazing.
It would have been worth the ass whooping.
Yeah, for sure. That's hysterical.
Because it's always like in basic, it's always like the little things that just brighten your day.
Yeah, so Air Force, right? I never going to basic. I didn't expect this, like, because I didn't really know a whole lot about the military, to be fair. Like, short of like Revolutionary War, Civil War stuff.
Right.
I just didn't like World War II. Like, I just didn't know Vietnam. Like, but like I didn't know like I didn't really understand it. So I guess there was kind of a blessing with that, but also like a huge culture shock at the same time. So I get to basic. Oh, yeah. And I know we're backtracking, but like I get to basic, and I remember Tech Sergeant Wheeler came in. This dude was all of 240 pounds. And this other guy who was like all of probably 260, 270, this big black dude, I forget his name, but dude, he was a mongoloid, and they were just like jacked. And I was like, oh my God. And like, I just saw a dude fly out of his bed. And I'm like, I wake up that morning and I'm like, the dude just literally, like, he just flipped him right out of his bed.
No shit.
This is Air Force. I was not expecting that.
No, I thought you guys had
the dude was like getting up like sharp, like, it was like right into my face. I got spit flying in my face. I'm just like pressed up against the lockers, like, oh my God, I'm gonna die.
This guy's gonna fucking murder me.
This guy's gonna eat me. I'm dead.
Oh, dude, the hardest part was like not laughing in some parts of basic. He's just like some dude's getting chewed out, or some of the fucking shit they come up with is fucking pure gold.
Yeah,
dude.
he called some guy tonsil tits.
Tonsil tits.
I'm like, I don't know what that means, but that's hysterical.
I'm gonna use it. That's going in the fucking.
That was a vivid memory when he said that. I was like, and then I remember I got to Chow Hall and I got Shark Tanked, and as I was getting Shark Tanked, I was fucking like, because like you don't eat food like the first couple of days, you just shove, like they tell you to just shove your food in the glass of water and just chug it. So like I did that, right? But then like they come and Shark Tank me, and I just start throwing up everywhere, and then they're like, holy shit, there goes old fucking Faithful. Why don't you pick that shit up and put it in your pocket? So I'm like, oh God,
you're scooping up your puke.
I'm just scooping up my puke. They're like, what the fuck are you doing? And they're like, it's hysterical. It was a mess. It was funny.
The best too is like when they hide their face because they're fucking laughing, so they bring down their smoke into their hat. Fucking best.
You start to figure it out after like week 3 or 4. You're like, oh, now I see it. Okay, but like the first 2 weeks, you're just like, oh my God, fucking like totally terrified.
They ever let you see like an incoming class?
Yes. So like so when you get to work like chow hall duty, if you get like that's the best detail you can get in boot camp is chow, because then you get to go and like have like cake and like all like the treats and shit that you can't have like when during like normal meals and stuff.
But they put out there for you to take it.
Oh, and they look at you, they're so mad, but they can't say anything. And you're just like, yes. But yeah, you would see the incoming flights come in, and you could just tell like, yep, that's where I was a couple of weeks ago. That sucks.
Oh, and they're getting ripped apart. I think it was like we were about to graduate in like 2 weeks or something like that, and one of our drill instructors brought us out there, and we started laughing, and she turned around, and we're like, oh, we're not laughing anymore.
I don't know if it was just our flight, and like so it was the 321st Training Squadron. That was our boot camp flight, and like we had the meanest looking. Like they looked the part.
Oh yeah,
like they just looked the part. It didn't matter what their AFSC was. Like they just looked the part. You're just like, I'm good.
I'm good, bro.
I'm good. It was like the Green Beret in like Afghanistan or Iraq. I was like, I'm all set, dude.
Yeah.
Whatever you say.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Did you guys leave your rucksacks?
You got it.
All your rucksacks and stuff outside?
So we didn't. No, it wasn't. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like the Army or like the Marine Corps where we're rucking or anything like that. It was
Yeah.
it was really basic. It was marching.
We just
had
had backpacks and we call them rucks, but
Yeah.
like we had to have like a post,
just like a bag. Yeah.
yeah, and someone had to stand guard with the colors, and then they had to make sure all the
It
rucks.
was a little bit more bougier. We just had a hand light.
Oh fucking god! It was a Michael Kors bag.
It was so stupid. Yeah, it was so dumb.
So this drill instructor comes up to this kid, and you can see it out the window, and he's just like, starts grabbing the bag. He's like, "Stop! You're not my chain of command." He's like, "I can't fucking hear you." He's grabbing these bags, dude, and whipping them.
Oh my god!
Whipping them across the fucking courtyard, and he's running and grabbing them, and he's like, "You're not my chain of command." He's like, "Oh, louder!" This kid was running for days trying to get these bags, and you're just like trying not to fucking laugh, trying not to laugh.
Dude, it was speaking of like not laughing. So for my first experience, the first time you get to like shower with like 60 or 70 other dudes, that's an experience.
Nuts and butts.
A lot of, I've never, like the amount of helicopter wieners that just kept, I was like, I couldn't keep my shit together. It was like drill sergeants are just like trying to keep their, like, it's just like,
And they're all in there with you. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Are you cock gazing, drill instructor?
It was, oh my God. And then I had the prestigious duty of being latrine queen for,
Ooh, nice.
yeah, for half of a week.
Did you have to burn the shit and stuff?
No. Well, we had nice toilets. It's the Air Force, man.
Oh, you're right. Sorry.
But when everybody comes back from chow, wow.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
They know how to
like
mess up.
after like not at week 1 because I don't think anybody shits for like a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But then like once that happens, it's like wow.
Diarrhea.
That's a whole nother smell.
Shitter's full.
That I mean, yeah.
Clark, cheers.
I would say Afghanistan was like the closest thing to that smell, like being downwind of the shit pond. And like a general came in and did a study of like the air particulate in that area.
No way.
If you were downwind, 40% of it was fecal matter.
No way.
Or something like that. I could be wrong, but like
Is that ketchup and onions? Now the tuxedos are looking a little fucked up.
It was a smell to behold,
No,
which is my favorite word. Behold.
No, thank you. I'm good.
Yeah.
Let's take a quick break and we'll jump back into it. Hey guys, this episode is brought to you by Murphy Carter Law. This one I'm proud to announce. This is a great partnership with us. They are a phenomenal law firm. I've known Rick for a very long time. He's a fantastic guy. Heart of gold. He supports organizations like Project Fire Buddies who give back to kids with terminal illness. This guy cares. He is a staunch advocate for first responders. He's just a blue collar guy. He really is. He was a union construction worker at one point. And now he's just a shark in the courtroom, and that's just a fact. You're not going to go wrong by going with Murphy Carter Law. I promise you that. They will fight for you like they fight for their own family, like they fight for their mother, like they fight for their father, their brother, or their sister. That's just who they are, and they advocate for you guys. I promise they will fight for you guys tooth and nail. That's what they're all about. To make you guys whole again, or to get you close to that as possible, and by any means necessary. They've won major cases already. I have some notes over here. They have $11.5 million truck accident case. They have a $9.5 million medical malpractice case, and another $7.1 million delivery truck accident. They handle their business. If you're looking for a lawyer, if you've been in a situation like Carrie and I have, Murphy Carter Law. Check them out. Go to murphycarterlaw.com. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Tell them that Beyond the Dispatch sent you. We're going to roll into kind of how you were transitioning out of the Air Force.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So coming back from, my 2 deployments were Iraq and then Afghanistan. Those are my only 2 deployments. And so coming back from Afghanistan, during that time I was training I was like, okay, I'm stuck on base. I'm not really doing anything. Like I don't want to do this. I even went and listened to Green to Blue or Blue to Green, like for like going to try out for like green, Special Forces. And then I was like, okay, just wanted to see what that was all about. Saw a guy there that was like 52 when he went through SFAS. or like in his like late 40s.
Oh shit.
And he told us all about it and everything. Like, it was really cool. And then, but I was still like, you know what? No, I want to go do the Air Force thing. You know why? Because nobody knows about them.
Yeah.
And I had heard about combat control. There was this like old like PT book with like this pararescue guy and like this combat controller, and there's like a jet flying in the background.
Tactical.
It was like the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
And I'm reading it. I'm like trying to do these workouts in Afghanistan. I'm rucking a lot. I'm lifting really heavy. That was the biggest I was, I think, like size wise. I was almost like 230 pounds when I was coming out of Afghanistan. It was huge. Nice. And because I was just eating all the time and working out
and
all
that's
the
all
time,
you can do.
Like 2 or 3 times a day. And so get back, go to try out for put my application to go try out for CCT. And at the time it wasn't, they were doing this new thing where you had to do like a 3-day assessment, and then you can get picked up. And if you pass the assessment and they pick you, then you can go to, because there was an issue with the cross trainees coming in where they weren't making it and they were just quitting like right away.
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't want that anymore. So there was a 3-day assessment before you would get to go to INDOC. I believe it was what it was. And so I went there, and then I only made it like 2 nights. I was in the pool, like we did like an old. It was the Air Force Special Warfare test. It wasn't the pass test that it is now, or the IFT, or whatever you want to call it. It was 3-mile run, 1,500 meter swim, pull-ups, push-ups, sit-ups, and that was it.
Some basics, yeah.
Yeah, and I think there were underwaters in there too. I can't remember, but got there and we were doing it, and it was right after the PT test. It was go, and we were going all night. We went until I don't know, like. I forget what time it was, but it was nighttime. It was a while.
The mental game was in.
And the mental
play.
game was in, and I was just like waiting for these guys to like yell and like do all the things. They actually didn't.
Yeah.
They didn't come and do any of the things I thought they were going to do, but like that angst, like it messes you up.
Yeah.
And so like I'm sitting there, I'm sleeping on the cot, and like you got your ruck ready and you got everything ready to go. We had to like fill sandbags, but we couldn't use the sand from where we were at Herbert. We had to like get it from somewhere.
Of course.
There's a couple of SEER guys and guys that had already been through a lot of the pipeline and stuff like that kind of just helped with that. They already had the bags ready for us, basically. I was like, okay, I don't know what they did, but we have the bags. We're good. Our rucks are weighted. They're good. They were, they have to be a minimum of like 45 pounds or whatever it was. They were more than that.
Yeah.
And so next day starts. We're doing, obstacle course. We're doing boat PT. We're doing all kinds of things. And during the boat PT, after the boat PT was done, we were getting on, and we had to do these like leapfrogs, and my legs like completely seized.
Oh no.
And I remember there's this legend in the CCT community. His name's Chief LaMonica. Comes over and he kind of like helps me up, and like I can't put any weight on my leg. It's just as soon as I do, like it's like full cramp. Like you can literally see it cramp.
Spasming.
Yeah, just spasming. Both leg, double leg. So get into the truck, go back to med. Med gets me hydrated, come back out. I meet them back at the obstacle course. We're doing the thing. There's a ruck. There's some other stuff going on. And then we get to the pool that night, and we're doing a bunch of pool PT the rest of the night. Gets to buddy breathing, getting to buddy breathing. And as we're doing buddy breathing, like my legs start seizing again. And then that one quad goes, then another, then both hamstrings, and then both calves. And then like I get pulled out like, hey, do you want to quit? I just rolled back in because I didn't want to quit. And then stomach started to seize, and I couldn't like outstretch it.
Yeah.
So,
it's the worst.
and I just was like, I couldn't get a breath. And I also didn't know what the heck I was doing, like from passing the snorkel on how to do it and everything else at the time. And, I just got back from a deployment. So like, I didn't really know what everything fully entailed, like for the job. And so, get pulled out of the pool, and I'm just like, at this point, I'm scared. I don't want to quit this thing because I know how important this is. I told my family that I wasn't going to quit and everything else. And they tell me to just go hit the shower room. And I'm just like crying. I'm just so like upset because I'm like, they're going to pull me. So they pull me, and I remember Chief LaMonica and then coming to me and say, hey, like, we want you to come fucking back. And I don't know what I did or what I said, but unfortunately I never went back. Yeah. I was young. I was dumb. It was kind of like lost. I was like, I went and took like a trip to like Turks and Caicos after that, like because I was like, I need to like recalibrate here.
Yeah.
And this was like a couple months after that, and was just like I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Like I thought I was gonna go do this thing,
Yeah.
and now I'm not doing this thing.
Yeah.
And then as I was getting ready to transition out, and I was thinking about going back to try out, I had gotten the opportunity to go work for McCree's Precision and do the sniper rifle thing, and I was like, we'll go down that road and everything. And that was like the whole thing with that. And then during that time, I had already gotten out. I started doing, after the deployment and got back to station, I was doing a contingency skills instructor. So all the stuff that I did like before Iraq was what I was teaching now for guys getting ready to go. It was the same thing. So mounted ops, urban ops, dismounted ops, land nav, like heavy weapons in general, just marksmanship, everything. So it was really cool. Like it was like a full circle kind of thing. And like I got to understand what it meant to like, build a curriculum or have a curriculum to then tailor it to like personalize the curriculum and everything else. So that was really cool to learn all that. And then, but I still had that angst for like wanting to go back in. But I'll be honest, man, I was afraid after that. Like I didn't want it because I hadn't failed anything in a long time, and I hated that feeling of failure. I just did, but I didn't. I mean, to be honest, I just didn't have the courage to go back in. And honestly, when I look back at it now, I didn't have the maturity for it.
Right.
I was 21.
Right.
I came out of Afghanistan pissed off because I didn't get to go and do anything at all. Like it was a frustrating deployment for me. Like I wanted to go. I had opportunities to get attached to infantry units. I had, or an infantry unit. I got an opportunity to get attached to a NATO unit that was doing off-base stuff. I got an opportunity to get in an aerial gunner position from just picking up an abandoned vehicle on Mustang ramp in Kandahar because of Captain Kruppala at the time, and that didn't happen. So I couldn't like, and that's what I was talking to the master sergeant about when that mortar came in and hit that soldier, that female, and it was just like. It just didn't happen. The commanders were having it. We were top heavy. It was one of those commanders that got a Bronze Star for doing like nothing. And you're just like, what the heck is happening right now? Yeah. That was one funny thing that happened when we were there. We had a how to be a hero signing. So they had, not the USO, what do you call it? Where you just get to go relax. Like what do they call them again?
MWR.
Yeah. So so they had all these free books. We took some covers and we just like put their face on it. It was just how to be a hero. So we put a table in front of the building as soon as you walk in, and it was like a book signing thing, and it had their faces on it when we knew they were getting it, and they're like how to be a hero. And it was just like you could just tell they were just like really bitter about it. They were trying to ask like who set this up, and nobody snitched. It was really funny.
I love it.
It was so bad.
How to be a hero.
Yeah, so dumb. Shout out to Task Force Twisted Steel. That was we half of the squadron segregated themselves from the other half because like one was like out there writing tickets all the time for guys that were just like going off base all the time. We were the other half that said we're not doing any of that.
Yeah,
that's stupid. That's literally retarded.
They're writing fucking tickets during deployment. Get out.
That's what they wanted us to do, and that's why. When I was talking to you earlier about this, I was like, I didn't want to do that. Like if there's something like a sexual assault on base,
right?
I have to go to vehicle accidents on base. Like it's wild. And so I was like, yeah, I'm not doing any of that. But
what was the price on the ticket?
It's just like it is like on base. Like if you get enough tickets, you lose privileges. That's all it is. But like when you're in a war zone, there's nothing. There really isn't nothing short of something truly criminal.
That's like the typical like toxic leadership right there.
It was really bad.
That's so fucking stupid, dude.
Worried about wearing PT belts at night and all this other stuff, right? Like it was like the PT belt happy, Isn't
that like the PT belt with like reflectors?
Yeah, the reflectors on it.
Isn't that kind of like counterintuitive what you want to do? You don't want to have reflective.
No, you
material?
do because you want to let everybody know where you are.
Yeah.
Also, that's why we wear the red brassard. So we're just a red target. We're just a nice target for everybody.
How's that make sense?
So dumb.
I was never deployed in a military conflict zone, but I was just a dumb Coast Guard guy, but it still doesn't check out to me.
No, it was pretty retarded.
We wore reflective stuff because we'd be in the water.
That makes sense because even if you have like lights and reflection, like you still might not be able to see the person in the ocean.
Right. I mean, I can see why we're doing it. I can't see why the fuck you're doing it.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Did you guys have PT belts when you were deployed, Kev?
No.
Okay, thank God. It's probably an Air Force thing.
No, it was a base wide thing.
That's so stupid, dude.
But yeah, again, so after all that, CCT thing didn't work out. It's fine. And then I realized, I'm really immature. I'm really, really immature. And there was a lot of things, even when I was as an instructor, I learned that I was really immature. And I was like, and it was, me getting out, I started to figure out a lot of different things. And so I got out and, then eventually got into firefighting. So after the CNC certificates and working at different, jobs, getting my EMT license and going putting myself through the fire academy, got into firefighting a couple of years later.
No, you're also doing some cool shit. Some things we can't talk about, but there's a patent in the mix, which is fucking badass for you.
There is.
That's pretty fucking sick, man. I'm pumped. I'm pumped for that to come out for you.
Yes.
And because it could change the game for firefighter. The firefighters across the country, man.
It definitely solves a problem for all the guys. And the biggest thing with that is a lot of the money for that, if it does blow up, is it's going towards child sex trafficking.
Which is awesome. I mean, you're helping out firefighters, and then you're also helping out a fucking need that's been seems to be pretty rampant nowadays.
Yeah, like the pay it forward thing has been something that every good leader that I learned from the military is like, pay it forward. Yes. Always pay it forward. And I'm like, so that's exactly what I'm doing.
Amen, man.
And I've been holding to that, ever since.
Well, you're fucking living proof of it, man, with that, the foundation, which we're going to talk about after your firefighter career. But let's dive into your firefighter career, man. Like, what made you want to become a firefighter? Is there a particular moment, or is it kind of just an opportunity arose?
So we'll backtrack just really quick.
Yeah.
I had one experience as doing traffic work as a security forces guy. So security forces is a mix between air-based defense and law enforcement. And you can kind of, like I said, you can pick after your probation year, after you get out and you get on base and you get everything qualified, all your OGT records, on the job training records up to date and everything. You have everything, all the line items filled out. You can kind of pick your own path. And depending on what your base has. I was doing a traffic stop. I had pulled over the vice wing commander, so number 2 in charge.
Oh, how'd that go?
So I had staff sergeant in the in the car with me, because this was like we were riding in twos. We're not like, it's not like how you guys would do it here, where you're. Do you guys ride in twos here?
No, in Chicago, unless you're like a specialty unit. So when I was in TAC, I had a partner. But if it was a patrolman, it's just your solo.
Okay, so on the bases, you're usually not solo unless you're doing like a flight line detail where you're doing like security.
Did you have your sick beret on too?
I had my super sick beret on with the awesome Falcon on there. Oh yeah, so. So you have to get to the car, and first of all, you have to salute before you even start engaging with said person or officer, which is always like retarded.
Yeah.
But you have to. And so I'm telling the person like, hey ma'am, sir, ma'am, do you know why I, pulled you over today? And they're like, you can tell they're super annoyed. I'm an E3, by the way.
Yeah.
And so I said, hey, so you went through the red light, you don't have your seatbelt on, you're on your cell phone, and you didn't use your signal. It's 4 things.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what to tell you. And so he's like, I want to talk to your commander. I said, okay, I'll go and get him, sir. Stand by. So I'm E3. I don't know. This is like my second or third person pulling over.
Yeah.
And as soon as I got back, the commander called me back and he's like, yeah, no, we're just gonna have to let him go. I'm like, okay. So if that's the case, then I guess let's just not do this, I guess.
Right.
It's like honestly, it's like whatever though too. You're getting a slap on the hand. You have to get I think it's 3 to 5 violations before you start to lose base driving privileges or something like that. And so I was just like, okay, I don't want to be a cop.
Yeah.
That was it.
I don't blame you.
That was the moment. I was like, I already, and then doing guard mount, and I'm sure it was kind of similar for you guys when you guys get online and you guys do shift change. It's you kind of do a briefing and everything.
Yeah,
and
like roll call.
So we call it guard mount in the Air Force. And we're doing guard mount. You're doing uniform inspection. You're doing kind of you're doing getting all your gear squared away and everything's ready. And you can get the day off if you're these are the days where you still had pressed uniforms and shined boots. So you could get the day off if you're shit hot or you're looking sharp. And I got a couple days off, so I was pretty lucky back in the day. Yeah, but going through guard mount and everything like that. And I the way the supervisor would talk. Sometimes I'd be like, yeah, this makes me not want to be a cop.
Yeah.
Some of the guys that would come in, not everybody does want to be squared away. And that's when I started to learn there is a delineation between where you are on the spectrum, like with like, skill sets or wanting to do good things. Like when I came into the military, I literally thought like how the Marines think, like everybody's a rifleman. Like everybody has to be a warrior.
Right.
I literally thought that. As a young kid watching Braveheart, Black Hawk Down, all these things, I'm like, dudes storming the beaches in Normandy, everybody has to be like a warrior, right?
Yeah.
And
I
then
agree.
you realize that's not the case.
Yeah.
It's not the case.
Dream scope and smoke.
It was a total cult. That was a shock. Like not a shock, but that was like a total like eye opener for me, like when all that happened. But yeah, so that's why I didn't want to become a cop, and that led to my sister was talking to a captain in Hartford at the time that I think she was dating or just knew as a friend or whatever, and we were sitting at a restaurant. And he was telling me about it. I'm like, that sounds awesome. So, and then
what's not to be excited about? You sit in a recliner, watch some Netflix.
Yeah.
You guys cook dinner. You guys cook breakfast.
Do you want a pillow?
Exactly.
We could do pillow talk.
See, that's what I'm fucking talking about. We didn't get any, honestly, it sounds like I'm bashing you. But I'm just jealous.
I could whisper sweet nothings to you.
You're bringing me back to my Coast Guard days, dude. Like when I was
All
sleeping in
night.
the rack, I'd be like, hey, buddy, what are you doing up there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you beating off. Can you make it a little quieter?
Oh yeah.
Also, racks on the boat fucking suck. So it's like you could put your forearm on the table, like your elbow and your hand. Like that's the fucking.
That's it.
That's it. So like you slide. It's like a sliding into a coffin.
That's amazing.
It's actually with blackout curtains. It's kind of cozy, dude. And you get like a nice little because the mattress is fucking blue. If you got like a little mattress comforter type thing, like a little memory foam,
Yeah.
pristine.
Very nice.
Oh yeah, and sometimes the boat will rock you to sleep. And if I was in the back near the engines, you hear the humming of the engines.
Oh, that's nice,
dude. It was really nice.
That's great.
Actually.
That's some good white noise right there.
I
like
100%.
that. That's good. Yeah.
Did you guys ever do wet taco hugs?
Wet taco hugs.
Yeah.
What is that?
Ooh, it's the best. So when someone's showering, right, and you have the shower curtain, and showers on the boat are very small. It may be like 3 feet by 3 feet max, maybe 2.5 feet. So it's really tiny.
Really tiny.
And you're even if you're like the boat's a little rocky,
yeah,
and the shower curtain's disgusting. It's like covered in mold, dude.
That's
right?
great. That's builds character.
Yeah, 100%. Also builds your immune system. It's great. So when someone's in there, you just like walk in, you're like, I wonder who's in here, and you just start screaming, "What taco hug?" And you just grab the curtains and you wrap it around them, and you just wrap them around like fucking like moldy curtains, motherfucker. Because every time like the boat would rock and you touch like the curtain, you're like, "Oh, it's gross." You have to rewash your arm just in case you want to.
That
get,
is
like,
disgusting.
sepsis.
That's awesome though. Yeah, like there was, speaking of disgusting, there was. So when I was in Iraq, there was a porta john. And I opened it, and I was like, "This is a new experience."
Ooh.
The mountain of shit.
Oh, and the
Like
heat probably too.
And I'm talking like, dude, like 2 or 3 feet above above the seat. I'm like, who is the guy that topped this?
Right.
Who was the guy that stood over this and was like, you know what? Yeah, I gotta go. I'm like, holy shit. No pun intended. Holy shit. Like, wow.
And then I think it's
Just
probably
got flies orbiting this mountain of shit. You're just like, okay. That's it.
Gotta go.
Dude, I just splattered right next to it outside of it. I'm like, that's too bad. Like I had the flight suit too, so I had to like totally derobe. I was like, dude, they got to make butt flaps for these things.
You have to make butt flaps, dude. I mean, come on.
It's terrible.
That's disgusting. And that thing is probably baking in the sun too.
Dude,
so the odor that comes out of the thing.
I had, as an 18-year-old, I never saw such porcelain art in my entire life. I didn't understand the amount of back pressure that somebody could actually have when they just like full launch. I'm just like, holy, like the Pollux that were on the backs, like just like you couldn't even scrub it out.
Oh. The worst is when you get...
How is there that much pressure?
Yeah, dude. The worst is when you actually have that pressure and you poop in a porta john and then it comes back and splashes you on the butt. Oh, that is the worst.
Yeah.
The worst.
So bad.
All right, back to you Netflixing and chilling with the fire department.
Yes.
So you got into the fire service. How is your fire career going, man? Like, you guys a hot department? You guys are pretty chill department?
It's been a semi-hot department. It was pretty hot for a little while. Like we had, back in the 70s, we had a ton of like arson fires.
Okay.
A ton. There was it's like a big historical kind of thing for like the town, and these guys were burning a lot, like a ton. No different than I think a lot of different and we're a small city of like 70 to like 80,000. Like it's not huge, but it's like I think it's only a couple square miles, so it's not very big, but it's pretty densely populated. And my first 4 to 5 years, I caught almost close to like 50 or so fires, and half of those actually was working inside.
Oh shit.
So like it was a lot. Like we were burning a decent amount. The last couple of years have been kind of slowing down, and they've trickled out for whatever reason, but like we're still burning. It's just not like the ones that we were like when I first started. And honestly, when I got on, I kind of had to learn to love it a little bit. I wasn't like a lot of the guys that come on that are like second generation, third generation. Like this is like, they love it. This is everything they know. Like it was like everything was totally brand new to me coming from where I came from. Like thinking like with firearms and everything else. Like it was like I could see a lot of the comparisons just in different ways. And I was able to apply a lot of that, and it's been really good. I've enjoyed it. It's been a huge blessing in my life. Like I went from making $30,000 a year in the military, like not making anything, to like I'm making like $62,000 a year starting.
Yeah, man.
I'm like when I first got on, I'm like, holy cow! Like I remember jumping up and down. I'm like, no way! Like this is amazing. Like I have money.
Yeah, I'm rich.
And then, not too long, halfway into it, divorce, and lost a lot of it. Lost a lot of that money.
I think that's why they say it's cheaper to keep her.
It is. It is.
So you were a firefighter when you got divorced?
Yeah. So I met my ex-wife when I was going through towards the end of my academy.
Okay.
And we were dating for about 2 years before we got married. And then about 5 years into our marriage, realistically, like 2 or 3 years before the end of that 5 years, we started like the separation process, and the divorce was kind of in full swing. So, but yeah, I had been, the only thing that had happened like in the fire department besides catching fires, as far as like promotions go and stuff, I just became a driver. I'm still a driver now.
Nice, man.
So yeah.
Is that your thing? Is that you like being where you're at?
I am. Being the chauffeur for the engine is awesome.
Oh, absolutely.
I love it. It's great.
Now, do you do the box or the ambulance, or are you more of
we
the
don't have
truck?
we don't have any ambos. We actually have a private ambulance company in our town, so we don't have to do, the only medicals we go on are for like priority calls.
Okay.
That's it.
So you guys are just strictly fire structure?
Most not strictly fire. So we do go to a lot of like breathing. We went during, prior to COVID, the opioid stuff, the blow up with the opioids and administering the Narcan and everything like that. So, that chest, a lot of CPRs and, that kind of stuff. So
yeah,
man.
I'm laughing in my head because it's like police, when we show up, we're like, I don't know if they're having a medical emergency or if they're on, fentanyl or whatever, and we just Narcan everybody. You guys are like, did you Narcan this guy 5 times? Oh yeah, I Narcan him 5 times.
Like the actual medical calls versus like the trauma calls or like the overdose calls, the CPR calls, like the medical calls, it's like, it's weird because like we're not doing a whole lot. Like we can't do it because we're BLS. So we're just basic life support. We're not paramedic scoped for where we're at. So we're EMR, emergency medical responders. So we're not even at the EMT level. Yeah. There's guys on the job that do have paramedic. There are guys that do have EMT. A lot of guys have EMT, but for the most part, EMR and EMT it's the same thing. Yeah. It really is. I mean, there's like what you can administer butyral, like who cares?
Right.
Like, it's whatever. Like,
and
I've never seen anybody do that. Like it's get them to the hospital to a higher level care as fast as possible.
Try to stabilize and transport, call it a day.
That's it. Yeah.
That's basically what I think they do around here.
That's all. That's pretty much what we do. That's it. Yeah. So, but yeah.
Do you remember your first structure fire?
Oh, I do.
Oh, is it a good one?
It was actually pretty good. We had I forget the number, but it was something Gold Street, and it was the grocery store that kind of we go to. It's like a mom and shop grocery kind of thing. It's off of one of the main streets in my area that I've been attached to this whole time, which is Engine 1. And we get there, and like the flames are coming out of this building like 10 to 15 feet. Oh, yeah. I'm like, whoa.
That's like a firefighter's wet dream.
I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, and like, it's hot.
Oh,
we're getting behind this building, and like, it's not just this one structure on fire. Because of the exposure, the other building, the roof line is already catching fire.
Oh no.
And then the building behind it, because of the radiant heat afterwards, also catches.
No shit.
It's bad because there's 2 cars on the back that got set off from probably like a cigarette or something else. So a cigarette in a car lit because they were nose to nose.
Yeah.
One was already fully involved. The other one was fully involved. There's flames coming out another building like 10 to 15 feet on 2 or 3 different sides. So it's fully developed in one building, and
Oh,
it's growing in the other ones. Because like it was like 3 a.m.
Oh, dude.
Like we were there till a shift change
Yeah.
and beyond. Like it was a couple of days after that, but that was my first fire. I was like, holy shit.
Dude, did you have to go inside?
Yeah. So like we were hitting from outside for the first one because we really had to knock down like what was going on. But then we got inside and hit all the spot fires, and like there was like a little bit of a I don't want to say flashover. What is that? Like a mini backdraft, if you will. The dude like poked the ceiling and like just like when he pulled out, like just flames came right out and like he just disappeared for a second. I was like, oh shit,
He's gone.
I'm like, he's dead. Like he just died.
So with all the gear on, do you still feel the heat?
If you can feel the heat with the gear on, nobody in that building is alive.
Oh shit.
Nobody.
Okay.
Nobody in the building is alive. That gear is like, you start feeling it after 300 degrees. Like that's saturation.
That's scary.
That's gear saturation. And like the gear is rated for a lot. And most people are dead from the smoke anyways.
Right.
I've been to a couple of fatal fires, and it's like most people die from the smoke
Yeah.
right away. There was one fatal fire I went to on Elam Street, and it looked like a small Cessna like crashed into this like tiny little cape.
Oh shit.
It didn't, but it, like the
Right.
amount of smoke that was coming from it, I'm like, what the heck? And there's like just like a black channel of smoke. I mean, there's very few fires where I've seen it where it's like that. And there was 2 autistic kids that unfortunately did not make it. They were literally right at the front of the doorway.
Oh no.
And like we couldn't bring it. Like and this was one where mom and dad are screaming outside. They're just, and you have every cop like trying to hold them back,
That's the worst, man.
and we got guys falling up. We had a guy fall off a roof. We had guys getting burned. Like it was a bad fire, and you couldn't pull the kids out because they were split. It was bad.
Split as in separated?
Like hot dog split.
Oh fuck, man. That's like worst
Just
case scenario.
I mean, there was a string of fatals a couple of years later after that, and so like the fatals are really in large part due to us getting there at a late stage.
Yeah.
Like when the call comes in and we get there, there's nothing we can do about that most of the time. When it's that late stage, one, you can't see anything.
Yeah.
You can't, like when there's that much smoke, you can't see. You're just trying to look, listen, feel. Like sometimes if you're really lucky, like let's say you open the door, sometimes you'll get like what's called like a burp, and like the smoke will just like come up, like, and you'll get a little bit of like, you can get underneath the smoke and you can like look, and you might be able to see where it's coming from. And so the ladder's job usually will go in and search for the seat of the fire. Engine will follow in, and then they'll go put it out. Then we don't have a rescue, so we deploy 4 and 2, so 4 engines, 2 ladders for all structure fires. Now it used to be 3 and 1 for a very long time. We were working our butts off, going through like 2 or 3 bottles of fire.
Oh, I bet
It was brutal.
that's crazy, man.
And now we're doing 4 and 2, we're working smarter and everything, and we got more hands on the fire. It makes it go out faster and everything. But yeah, like when you get into those places where you can't see, like it gets scary. I mean, we've had one where we almost got cooked. It was definitely in like a flash kind of scenario. I was working and putting the fire out in a knee wall, but what was happening is when I was putting it out in the knee wall, it was pushing all the smoke back over into the other room, and it was like pressurizing the room because that room hadn't been vented yet. So even what was happening in the knee wall, like, and I mean, like when I mean in the knee wall, I mean like, like when you open up your closet and you open that door that literally goes into that triangular space. It's like this, like I'm working in there literally.
Oh, dude.
And we come back out and I can see, like, you call them the fingers, you can see the fingers, and like I passed the hand line to whoever it was, cause they were calling for it. So I gave them the hand line, but nobody opened it. And I had to check the dude like out of the way, and I just opened it because I don't know like it seemed like forever. It was probably only a couple seconds, but it literally seemed like
a lifetime.
Open the bail, and I'm just like whipping it as hard as I can on the ceiling, because like when you see those fingers, like if it flashes, everybody's dead.
No shit.
Everybody's dead. So I've had one close call, a couple of obviously bad fatals and everything, but for the most part, firefighting it's been such a blessing, man. The guys there are really great. and just like everywhere else, you have guys that are knuckleheads that aren't so great. But
Right.
like for the most part, everybody there is really good. I would say if I had to put our like fire department, like where we are in the state, I would say we're one of the top 5 departments in the state.
Oh yeah, brother.
We're super aggressive for a small fire department.
Be proud of that shit for
For
sure.
sure. Yeah.
How do you handle the mental aspect of it? So like these fatals or losing those 2 kids with like autism. Like how is that for you, and how do you handle that?
Man, now it's my faith, but like then it was just like kind of like the logical reasoning of like, hey, like we got there's a heavy channel of smoke. They weren't even going to survive from just breathing if they were stuck in there
Yeah.
more than a few seconds. Like I've taken a hit of that smoke at a fire when I didn't have my mask on. It'll knock you right on your butt.
No shit.
It'll knock you, and that's not even the superheated one, right? It's like if you take a good hit of like that smoke and it didn't come like it'll disorient you.
Really?
Oh yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah.
That's really scary.
And I actually had to get pulled out of the building because of it
Really?
one time. Yeah.
And like, experience, like, you know what you're doing. Yeah.
So, and the only reason why I knew I had to get pulled out is because actually during buddy breathing, I mean, during CCT tryouts, I had that where I was starting to black. Like, so it was like, so I knew the feeling, and I told my lieutenant, I was like, hey, you got to pull me out. It's about to happen.
Yeah.
Like, what's happening? I'm like, I'm gonna pass out, dude. Like I took a hit because I didn't have my mask on, and we were like, I'm opening up the hand line in the building, but I didn't have my mask on at the time, idiot.
Right.
But like I was like 2 or 3 years on the job, and I still knew better, but like I thought like it wasn't bad, and then it started to develop more. But yeah, so
Fucking nuts, man.
and we don't operate like that, like
Right.
ever. But like that was just like it was nighttime. It was like 2 a.m. I'm like, it didn't look lazy, so I
Right.
didn't really think anything of it. But that was
Now mask up every time.
yeah.
Well, especially with like all the cancer that you guys have to experience
yeah.
and encounter. Like
Yeah.
fuck that shit, man. It's
Yeah.
not worth it.
Yeah, I mean, I watched. We had a guy on. His name was Scotty, and left 2 sons behind. I just watched him wither away.
Dude.
His first couple of years on the job, he literally like full health, senior petty chief officer in the Coast Guard, like full career,
Dude.
cancer before he even finished his time.
That's heartbreaking, man.
2 sons left behind. It's terrible.
That's so horrible, man. That's sad. Let's transition into the foundation, man. Take up your mantle. So how did this start for you? Is this like something you've always kind of like thought about doing, or how did that kind of come to fruition for you?
So Take Up Your Mantle Challenge, our organization, it started with like if I had to go back, like I was raised Roman Catholic, didn't really go to church, didn't really care about, like I knew who Jesus Christ was. I know that he died on our cross and he died for our sins, did the confirmation, communions, all the things, but like I didn't really understand any of the meaning behind it because I think the church does a really bad job, or the Roman Catholic Church does a really bad job of like also not a good student at the time, so grain of salt, right? But like trying to like teach you what it really means to be like someone who follows Christ. And so I was going through a divorce at the time, before this organization started, and the divorce was a really contentious divorce. It wasn't good, and I won't get into the full details of it just because like my kids will listen to this one day,
right?
And their mom, she's a good mom. We just a lot of things got, just way out of control. Like we'll just put a lot of gaslighting, making me out to be something that I wasn't. And, whether that's drugs, alcohol, you name it, whatever it was. And I know there's guys that go through it. And I would say to those guys, just keep the course, stay true to, just be honest. Don't react.
Yeah. That's huge.
Do not take the bait.
Yeah. Reaction's huge.
Do
man.
not take the bait.
Yeah. And
that's when God started kind of trickling into my life. Like I was at my wit's end. I really was. I went and got my testosterone checked out because I'm like, I have brain fog. I can't think. I have no energy. I can't work out. I can't do anything. And mind you, I was training for TAC P at the time. So I was training like 2 times a day, like running, swimming, like doing everything that I wanted to do. Because my ex-wife at the time, she said she was going to support me, but I could just tell like through her body language, like that wasn't going to be the case.
Something was off.
I just knew something was off. Now, the divorce happened because of infidelity on my end. Now, it wasn't because I actually went and cheated on my wife. In my heart, yes, I did. So biblically, if you even look at a woman with lust, then you've already committed adultery. If you follow Jesus, then you have. So for me, I can go ahead and say that. And I did, you know, we went through marital counseling, sex therapy counseling. We went through like all kinds, everything you can think of. I went to Sex Addicts Anonymous. I did everything because she claimed that I was, you know, this and I wasn't. And then I got there and I was like, no, not even close. And but like it was putting all these labels on me that I wasn't. And then, but when you start to hear something long enough, you start to believe that maybe you are those things.
Right. Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not any of these things. And that's when I started having dreams about God. And then now, mind you, I had in my heart, like, yes, I was getting to a point where I no longer wanted to be with my ex at the time because she kept putting everything on me. And I was like, I can't, it's not for me to fix. It's for us to fix. But her anger wouldn't allow her to move past that at the time, no matter what I did to like show that she could trust me. I had Life 360 tracker app on my phone. I had Covenant Eyes on my phone. Covenant Eyes, for those that don't know, is like it's an internet tracking app for anything that has anything to do with pornographic material or anything adult content related, even if it's military, Reddit, you name it. Like it'll ping it right away. So I made her my accountability partner. So that way, like my whole life is on display.
Yeah.
So she knows that she can see everything.
So there's no secrets.
There's
nothing.
no secrets. And it wasn't enough. And mind you, I had a past of, like my past prior to meeting my wife, like, sex was it wasn't drugs or alcohol for me, it was sex. So for me, like I was always, you know, just chasing after women.
You were also a fucking early 20s young man. I feel like that's fucking standard for young adults.
It is.
Young men.
I would say it is. And I would say in this, and I'm going to go hot take on this and say that like, if you are in your 20s and that's what you think it is to be a man, like don't do it.
Yeah.
It will fucking,
I agree.
It'll fucking ruin you.
Oh, dude, porn addictions, that shit's fucking real, man.
Don't do it. Stay away from it. Like, don't chase it.
Yeah.
Just don't. It's just, it's going to make it harder for you to actually be in a real relationship.
Yeah.
It really will.
I agree with you.
I would say just completely stay away from it.
There's more to life than that anyways.
There really is, man.
I mean, sex it's a fucking great time.
It's great.
No one's gonna fucking
it's
say
great.
anything
Nobody's
different.
gonna argue that.
Yeah,
it's great.
But I find something more in like the connection with that individual and connecting with them on a different level than just more of like a sexual attraction to an individual. It's like I want to know who you truly are as a person, and and that's how you want to pick your partner and share your life with. Yeah,
like it took me some growing up to do that, and I did the work and everything, and and even then I still knew it wasn't enough. So again, not going TAC-P anymore. I'm like, I'm going to initiate the divorce because I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to be slave to somebody the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Like I felt like emotionally and like mentally like trapped. Like I couldn't do anything. So I was going to go initiate the divorce, and then she found out, and then like literally filed like not that much longer after. And then dreams started happening. My first dream was hell. So I,
this is good.
Yeah. So, but it wasn't like the typical like pitchforks and like Dante's Inferno kind of 9 circles of hell kind of thing. It wasn't anything like that. So I'm like walking past this house that's got this is like kind of like, you know, like when after all the pollen kind of spreads and you get like the green and the black on the fences and it's got that kind of like drip kind of look to it all over the place. It was like a building that was kind of like that. I'm walking past it and I just had this like weird feeling. It was like this ominous feeling. I'm like, I got to get away from this building like right now.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I'm like teleported into it. So I'm like in the building and it's like, I see this like, there's like this channel of like water. I don't know what it is, but it's like midnight black, but there's enough of like, there's like some light coming through. So you get a little bit of a sheen. So you could tell it's like a liquid of some kind. I don't know what it is. There's 2 sides of the room. And there's like this middle of the room. And the middle of the room is just like this, like, it's like almost like a subtle, like, I don't want to say hue, but it's like kind of blurred out in a sense, but it's like this emptiness. Like, I don't know how to describe it. And all of a sudden I turn around and there's this chick and she's naked. And she's got kind of the classic kind of like hair over her face like you see in like movies and stuff like that. Yeah, like something like that. No clothes though. And I knew right away what it was, like in the sense of like, when I look back at like lust or the things that in my life that were driving my life to cope with whatever it was. Like, and I wasn't, and like, I wouldn't say that I was a sex addict, but like, I didn't realize that was my mechanism. Like, I would just go from one person to the next, and I would date them for a little bit. But so it wasn't like every week or every day. It was like month after month, like, or a couple of months after a couple of months or something like that. And so she, like, I'm like trying to back away from this thing, like, and I can't, and it's like pulling me, but there's something beyond her that's like pulling me. Like, I can feel it in my ankles. Like, it's almost like when someone like grabs your ankles like this, like on the ground, and they're like pulling you, and you could just feel in my arms feel like they have like chains on them, and like I'm getting pulled, and I can't do anything, and I'm literally panicking. Like, I could feel it, and then like this thing like comes up and like screams in my face, and then all of a sudden I'm hovering over that like that empty thing, and all I can hear is the thing that they say, kind of like what they say in the Bible, is like that gnashing and that like weeping, and it's just like, and I'm like, and it feels like, you know, like when you like, I don't know if you've ever skydived before.
No.
So I've gone skydiving a couple of times, and like, it's like when you're like this, but it feels like this.
Okay.
Like you're like, it feels like you literally like you're getting pulled like by all fours. And I'm like, you could just feel like the gravity of it like is immense. And all I said was Jesus. And then all of a sudden I get pulled out. I get pulled out of my sleep. I'm in a full sweat. I sit right up, and I'm like, what the fuck was that?
Oh, dude, I was getting chills the whole time you're telling the story.
Like, what the fuck was that? And so a couple weeks later, maybe about a week and a half, actually like a week and a half later, I'm sitting at the fire. I'm in the TV room at the firehouse, and I'm like, God, if you're real, like, show me a sign, kind of thing. Like I know he's real, but like, I'm like, something is like happening. So like, I could like, something is pulling me more towards him. So I'm like, I'm asking questions. And so I'm sitting there like at the coffee table. I got my arm like off the couch, and there's like this little coffee table right there. It's small, it's short. It's like probably half the size of this table right here. And I see this hand like coming out from underneath I'm like sleeping again. I see this hand coming out from underneath the coffee table, and I could see it, and it's got all the blood on it, and there's the hole right there.
From the hand.
From the hand.
Wow.
And it just grabs onto my arm, and I shoot right back up. Literally the same couch. Week and a half apart.
Dude.
Week and a half, 2 weeks apart, whatever it was. And I'm like, okay, you're real. That was hell. This is all real. This is not some like make pretend believe kind of thing. And so I had been going to church. When me and my ex were together, I had gotten baptized. I made Christ my Lord and Savior, but like nobody, again, even at the non-denominational church that I was at, like I was getting closer to God, but like nobody, again, showed me what it meant to be a disciple in Christ or what that actually meant. Like before I got baptized, nobody asked me, hey, did you count the cost? Have you read Acts? Have you read, see how the Holy Spirit moves? Have you read the 4 Gospels? Have you read anything? No. So then I almost feel like it was like me taking a bath. It wasn't really me being baptized because I hadn't fully like repented of all the things. This was God like, hey, like he's moving me to do the things.
Yeah.
And so I go and I start going to a different church and everything, or not, it's from that church. And that's when, me and my ex were pretty much at the end of our thing. She had moved out that summer, and I was still staying in the home. And the church was getting ready to close its doors. So I was like, hey guys, like, because they launched during COVID. So this had been like almost 4 or 5 years at this point. And I was like, hey guys, why don't I'm already planning on doing a hike. Like, why don't we raise money for the church? Like let's raise like $1 a mile kind of thing. And he's like, dude, that sounds sick. Pastor's all pumped up. He's like my age. He's like, he's all excited about it. And so I write a whole op order for it. Like I was kind of telling you guys at the table earlier, write a whole op order for it. And then, taking those military skills and applying to something, right? And so he's like, dude, how far are you going? was like, he's like, I want to come. I was like, great. He's like, how far are you going? I'm like, I think it's like 110, 114 miles. Like, dude, I'm gonna pray for you. That's great.
I'll pray for you.
That's great. He's like, that's great. I'm gonna pray for you, brother. He's like, how long? I was like, 3 days is kind of the goal. He's like, yeah, dude, I'm gonna pray for you. That's great.
Yeah, you got this.
You got this. You got this. That's good. But as I was telling him the idea, there was something that like popped in my head, and it wasn't like my own thought. It was something that was like telling me something. And I to this day, I think it was God, and he was like, hike for the house. It was just like that. It was like hike for the house, but like in this, like, I don't know, like it just was like, it was very calm, but also very stern, but also very like affirming.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, hiking for the house. And our church wasn't like through a school or at a classic, like, you know, Catholic church where it looks like a castle and all these other things, right? Like it was just this like little tiny house. And so I go and do the hike, and my big reason for it is like, I need to find God.
Yeah.
Like my life is like, I feel like I'm going to lose my kids, like all these things, because the divorce was, again, it was really contentious. And like, you know, like had DCF called on me multiple times, not because I did anything wrong, but because like the claims ended up being, one was me yelling, which was, parents do yell, but not to that level. And then the other one was because of, I think it was firearms in the house. That was the other one.
Welcome to America.
Welcome to America.
Yeah.
And again, God working. This is God working. So he sends this black gay guy, right? Of all the people. And he sees like how I am with the kids and everything. And I'm not like pretending anything. And he's just being me. Show him all my firearms and everything. He sees where everything is. He's like, just make sure that like this is not the house that I come to, and like shit goes bad.
Yeah. Right.
He's like, so like you're like a protector. I was like, yeah. So like, and so
he saw right through the bullshit.
He goes like, you are one of the greatest fathers I've ever seen.
No shit.
And like, because I had started to believe the lie that I was a horrible father.
Well, I mean, if you're being told that, you're slowly being
like
brainwashed.
Just constantly.
Yeah.
This is like, and mind you, I was sleeping on a couch for like 2.5 years. So like to give her space. But like, anyways, again, she's a good mom. It just, there's, you know, like, it is what it is, man. It is bad.
Yeah, man. My thing is this, like, you can have your opinions and you can go the route you go, but at the same time, it's just like, if your marriage is falling apart, it's like the most important thing is the kids, right?
Yeah. So
it's
like,
have that
instead of making it about us,
yes.
she made it about the kids.
Yes.
And that's where I started to have the issue with it. And when COVID happened, like the whole control thing, like it was like,
yeah,
we had totally different things. Like if I needed somebody to scan my heart, yeah, it would be my ex-wife. She's a great cardiac sonographer. She's incredible.
Yeah.
But like when it comes to like having just common sense, sometimes like it's just not all there. It's
yeah,
just
man.
like it's like why are we wiping down boxes?
We need to put bullshit aside, and we need to, if you are considering divorce or whatever you are going through, put the bullshit aside. It didn't work out, and shit fucking happens like that all the time. Put your bullshit aside. Focus on what's the betterment for the kids, and having a separate, you know, not a separate, but like a I can't even fucking think of the word, but the separation. Make sure the separation is just not flawless, but co-parent. You have to be able to co-parent for the kids. What's best for the kids, and what's not best for the kids is you throwing accusations and trying to fucking belittle each other and tit for tat shit.
It became tit for tat, and it gets really. That's how it gets really expensive really quick. If you want to learn how to blow 30 or 40 grand really quick, I can tell you how.
Yeah,
it's not. You know, and a lot of the times it could just be you defending.
Yeah,
and it has nothing to do with anything. You're just like this is ridiculous.
It's the bitterness of it, man.
It really is, man.
You know, put the shit aside. It failed. It is what it is. Shit fails all the time.
Yeah.
You know, and you got to learn how to co-parent with each other properly. And because that's after everything's said and done, it's like, what's going to happen? You're dropping your kid off here. They're dropping it off there. And you're getting vice versa. It's like, you want to have that interaction to be fucking just smooth.
Yeah. Like the thing is like taking the ownership for it was really easy for whatever the discrepancy was. But like when the other person can't take the ownership for it, that's when it's just like, it's not going to work.
Right.
And then I will say this, like, if you don't like, so like when you're in a marriage, right? Like everything is like this, as far as communication goes. If you don't have something above you that you both hold to, that's outside of yourselves objectively, then like something that, again, in this case, it would be God, right? Like, well, your marriage is only going to move flat.
Mm-hmm.
It's not moving anywhere. right? Or it may move up, but like you need something objectively, like standards to hold to in your life that you can both like
Yeah.
help trajectory your way up. And we kind of lost that. And again, that's why I say like, I feel like I took a bath because when I first got baptized, because like I didn't understand what all that meant. Now
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
Now I do for sure. Yeah, so like that didn't work obviously. And then all the contention led to everything. It led to me wanting to search for God, and then led to the hike, and the hike led to, it was during the hike that I met Tyler.
Yeah.
Tyler Mace, who's someone who I'm going to see later tonight. He's in charge of the Guardian Foundation. At the time, it was Guardian Fitness. And I saw him on the One's Ready podcast, and he was talking about faith and fitness and all this other stuff. And I was still kind of like in this weird phase of like, I don't know if I'm going to go TAC-P or not. Like my kids are still really young. If I go, there's time and all this other stuff. And it didn't, and that obviously didn't end up being the case. But for me, that wasn't in the cards. And then, but Tyler was instrumental in hooking me up with a guy named Clayton Krause, who recommended this Bible to me, which is a MacArthur Study Bible. And because I didn't really know like what to get, he's like, hey, because there's like different like things that are closer to like the original script. It's like, hey, get an ESV Bible. It's good. It's like right up there with like a North American Standard Bible or a literal standard version, which is like as close as you can get to like the exact wording from like what the translation would be from Hebrew, Greek, or Aramaic.
Okay.
So that's what I went with, and it's easy to read. It's pretty easy to understand, and like the footnotes in here are insane. Like it's just like
insightful.
Like you got like the scripture up here, but there's like that much like footnotes. It's wild.
Like breaking it down,
getting it'll tie like what the Greek word means or the Hebraic might mean or something like that. So it's really good. So talking to Clayton and talking to Tyler about it, Tyler helped me write some of the mission plan for it. Clayton is an amazing mission planner. He kind of helped me with mission planning a little bit too, because he was a former pararescueman as well. And those guys were just really instrumental in me getting back on my feet, even though we weren't interacting all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about it was like, for me, was like having somebody that holds a standard in their life, a high standard in their life, makes you want to still do that same thing subconsciously all the time. And for me, it was like, okay, yeah, I'm not going to let these guys down. I'm not going to let anybody down. I got that back. I lost a lot of myself in the divorce. Yeah. Like I lost a lot of who I was in the divorce. I went and got I know we skipped this. I went and got my hormones checked out. My testosterone was 164.
Dude.
For like 2 or 3 years.
At how old?
I was probably 34, 35.
Yeah, man, that's nuts.
35, 36. 164 for year, like 2 or 3 years.
You were like an 80-year-old level.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
It was insane. Like
because of the stress?
It was bad. It was really bad. Yeah. And because of all the stress and everything that came with it. And then, yeah, the Operation Hike for the House started. And so 5 days, 114 miles.
Let's go, dude.
Found God on day 4.
Let's fucking go. How was that experience?
Well, so that's why I brought this.
Oh, let's go.
Because I wrote it down in here. And so what I did was I audio recorded all my thoughts every day. I didn't no media, nothing. Just quiet, walking, each day. Day 1, 40-pound pack on whole time. And day 1 was 19.5 something miles. All I did was open my phone and just open the Holy Bible app. That was all I did. I didn't have a Bible with me or anything. I just was like, okay, God, I just want you to talk to me. I only want to talk to you. I don't want to focus on anything else. Whatever you need to tell me, I'm just going to listen. I'm going to read it. I'm going to listen. I'm going to reflect on it. So day 1 was from Isaiah 63. Nations will come to your light, into the radiance of your dawn. I'm like, what the heck does that mean?
Right.
I have no idea what that means.
Right.
It wouldn't be like until like day 3 or 4, like that I kind of sort of understood what it mean. It means when you start living for God, right, the way you're supposed to, and the way you're like, if you're following God, if you're living by the fruits of the Spirit, you won't have to go to people like to like teach them about Jesus. People are going to start coming to you. Nations will come to your light, into the radiance of your dawn.
Yeah, makes sense.
People would be drawn to you, kind of like, the mosquitoes to the blue light.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was pretty cool. Day 2, we put in 28.5 miles. That was a long day.
Dude, with a 40-pound pack, 45-pound pack, yeah, that's really long.
And it was after that I had to take some weight out of the pack. I was able to like transition. Like a lot of it was water weight. I was carrying like 6 liters of water just to start for the day. Yeah. Because I mean, it's up down.
Yeah.
It's a lot of up down. You end up doing, after the whole thing is said and done, you end up doing almost 17,400 something feet.
Dude,
in ascent.
elevation's no joke.
For the whole ascent, for the whole trail.
Yeah. I mean, the way down's kind of cool. The way up sucks.
No,
Sometimes
the way down is the worst.
Really?
Because when your toes are moving in the toe box to stop yourself.
Oh,
yeah. I lost 2 toenails on that.
I believe you.
I did. Yeah. Day 2 was Hebrews 12:11. For the moment, all discipline seems difficult or painful rather than pleasant. Later, it yields the peaceful fruit of righteousness to those who have been trained by it. So I read that one at the end of the day, and I was like, well, that's awesome. Like, I was feeling like day 1, I wanted to quit.
Oh, I bet.
Day 1, I wanted to quit right away. My legs were, so first thing in the morning, I got dropped off. I'm walking in the woods like by myself, like pitch black. Like it's just me and a headlamp. That's it. And it's October. So the bears are big. We have black bears, and the area I'm in it was Pentwood State Park. So that's where all the bears are. It's where literally all of them are, like in Connecticut. Most of them are in that area, in near Bloomfield, Simsbury, that kind of area. And so I'm walking through there, and it's about 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, but there's no light in the sky yet. It's still kind of like, like that twilight or dusk kind of time frame. And I'm coming over this, so there's like this crest like this, and there's this other crest like this, and there's like a little dip in between. I call them like the little roller coasters. So during the daytime you run down and you run up, it kind of feels like, it's kind of cool. I feel like you can get some momentum. And but I come up over the crest and I have my headlamp on. And mind you, I had a pistol on my leg because it was the middle of the night and I'm just by myself. So and I was like, it was really, I wasn't going to use it to actually do anything, but it has a light laser strobe flash on it. So I was going to use it to if I did see a bear or something like that, I could just scare it away.
Yeah, right.
I get over the hill and I see this and I know things get exaggerated when we tell stories and stuff, but I'm very confident in saying that it was at least a 400-pound black bear.
Oh, dude.
It was huge. It was huge, and it was running right towards me.
Oh, no, thank you.
And I literally froze, and I'm standing there and I'm like, oh my God, this is it. And so I had my hand on my pistol because I wasn't gonna pull a trigger. I was really cognizant of that. I was like, if anything, I'm just gonna kind of step out of its way and pray that it doesn't come at me or anything. I got a headlamp on, I'm being big, and I'll just put the flash on and I'll start making a bunch of noise. Right. I didn't have to do any of that. The bear beelined at the bottom of the dip, just beeline down the hill, and then just kept running. And I waited till I stopped hearing the tracks, and then I hoofed it for 4 miles. I was booking. I was doing 9-10 minute miles. I was cruising,
See ya.
It's see you later. So, day 2 didn't really run into, day 2. So on day 2, I ran into some more bears. So I was getting towards Hublin Tower in Simsbury. And I get there and I'm coming around a corner, and there's these 2, as I come around the corner, I couldn't see it because there's a bunch of veg block. So just trees. So I couldn't I would have had to pie it just to be able to see. But I'm not doing that because I'm at the end of, I'm 26 something miles in at that point.
Oh yeah.
I'm exhausted. In day 1, that's another point. If you're going to go and hike this thing, you need trekking poles.
Okay.
Because you're gonna, it's brutal. You need it to take the shock from when you're going down.
Okay.
And when you're in a pack like that, you need something to take the shock.
Makes sense.
Because I remember I walked with seized legs for 2 miles.
Oh, dude.
I penguin walked for 2 miles. So I was I can't quit on day 1.
Right.
I cannot quit on day 1. This was 12 miles in, and after 14 and a half miles, I was like, okay, I'm feeling better. But yeah, so 26 miles in, and I see these two bigger bears, and they weren't that one that I saw. They were more like teenagers, probably 200-ish.
Still nothing to fuck with.
Not, there's 2 of them. One was on the tree and I'm like, crap, because I have gone through so many honey stingers and they're in my dump pouch, and I have like just wrapper, like they can smell this. And I got one of them just looking right, like just turns around and just looks right at me. And I'm just like moonwalking, like trying to get behind like a tree terribly. Like, just like, I know you can smell me, but like, I'm just going to stand here. I had to stand there for like 15 minutes.
No shit.
And then they went off in the direction that I was supposed to go. And the goal of this was also like, so I was telling you upstairs, this was supposed to be like a Misogi event that Tyler was telling, like do a transformational event. And so I was supposed to camp out. So I brought like full tent, everything else. At that point, I was like, camping is not going to happen. Me getting hurt by a bear or potentially, like not likely, but like the greater potential of it. Like I've already run into 3 bears now. So I'm not camping. So I took out the camping gear, ended up being like 30 pounds at that point. So
helps you out.
Helps me out. And I was like, okay, we're not camping anymore. So it ended up being spawn points, right?
Okay.
I would mind you, I did not sleep over in the woods the first night either. I just went back to my parents' house and respawned back to where I left off. That's all I did. So day 3 was pretty brutal. Moving into day 3, we had this one applied more to day 2 than it did day 3, but it was heavens declare the glory of God and the sky above proclaims his handiwork. The sky was on fire on night 2. It was beautiful. At the end of the night, I felt like a Highlander because there's this place called Ragged Mountain, and you get around when you get on the cliff, the ridge by the reservoir there. When you're running it, you're just like, okay, yeah, because I had gotten lost for like 2 miles. And I didn't realize it. I was like, oh crap. I had missed I missed one of the trail markers like on the tree because you have to literally climb sheer face. I don't want to say sheer face, but like it's damn near. And like when you get up, you're supposed to take a left, but you don't see unless you're looking directly at the tree, which it's not directly right there. You just see a trail that goes off to the right, and it's like wide open. Like, oh, that's it. Nope.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. So I was losing daylight, and I was hoofing it. I was like, I gotta get around. Like I got another like 7 or 8 miles to go before I'm off this mountain. So I gotta go. So I was like running off the cliff edge or not the cliff edge, running off the cliff line. And it was awesome, man. It was so cool. I felt like a Highlander.
That's so sick.
I was hoofing it.
Oh, I love it.
And that's when I realized like, okay, like I'm almost 40 miles into this thing. And like my feet, like, yeah, they hurt, but like, man, I can go way farther than I thought I could go.
Oh yeah. There's
something else moving me. This isn't just me moving me. I'm thinking like, and I didn't know at the time, but I know this is like, post, like it's Holy Spirit driven, man. Like 100%. And so like when I saw the sky, I was like, wow. Because it was really the Hebrews 12:11 verse about discipline that really came into play on day 3. Day 3, I was going over Castle Craig, which is in Meriden, and it was probably the most brutal day. One of the most brutal days. I only put like 15 point something miles in that day. My feet were like, I was already losing a nail at that point, and I was just like, my cousin's aunt she's a police officer, she's a canine officer. She just passed away. And for whatever reason, I thought about her. And when I thought about her, all I heard was Amazing Grace on the bagpipes in my head. And I started to get teary eyed. And I started to think of all the guys that have given everything up. Like, and now I'm thinking of like I didn't lose any friends when I was in the service or overseas or anything like that. But like, I just think of like all the sacrifice in the country. I'm starting to think of like everybody. I'm like, no, you're not fucking quitting right now. You're gonna fucking push through. You're fucking pushing through. So I had a moment where I cried and I got choked up and was pissed off and like I'm hurting and this sucks and everything else. And I'm like, no, we're gonna get through. It started to rain after the bagpipes, and that just felt really good. And then shortly after that, it was probably like, I don't know, like 2 to 4 miles. I was getting to another like reservoir after I got off Castle Craig. And I got into the woods, and like the woods are just like, it goes dead silent. Mind you, again, I still have my firearm with me. It's not on my leg the whole time.
Right.
I only carried it like when it was nighttime, when it was just me, like early in the morning or later at night.
Right.
It's the only time I'd strap it on. And then like I'm getting into it's still daylight. It's still like a daytime, but like I get into the woods, and it's just like, I've been in the woods for a while now, where it's like, when there's no sound, something is afoot. Like, I mean, it's like eerie. Like you could hear, like, there's nothing. It's just like you could hear, there's no squirrels rustling, like nothing. So like I strap up because I'm like,
Something's off.
Something's off. Whether it's spiritual, because I'm thinking now, I'm starting to think in terms of like the spirit. I'm not just thinking in terms of like physical, but like I'm like, okay, it could either be something spiritual or it could be something. Yes, something is watching me. Whether it be spiritual or literal. Well, if it's literal, I got the thing. If it's spiritual, we're gonna run, right? So, get through it. Nothing comes of it. Like no big deal. And day 3 is over. Now day 4. Day 4, I didn't read the scripture until the end of the day. This is the day that I found God. And this is the thing that broke me. Just like it completely broke me. And I was going up it was one of the most beautiful like days. Like it was just like it was incredible. I put in like 21 something miles that day. And I was getting towards like the ski lift at the end of this, like going through like 3 different like tiny mountains, and the tallest mountain that we have there is like 1,000 feet, so it's not like anything crazy.
Right.
Most of them are like 750 to 800 feet, but you do a lot of up down in the middle of going up it or going down it or whatever it is. And so I'm getting to this ski lift that we have there called Powder Ridge. It's on Bessic Mountain, and I just see, like, I can go down the ski lift. I'm thinking to myself, I can just go get a beer and be done. Like, I'm exhausted. I'm like 80 something miles in. I am freaking exhausted. I'm just like, I'm drained. I got nothing left. But I'm like, sort of like, I can either, like, I'm just in this like frame of mind. Like I either could just quit right now and then all of a sudden, like, I just see this like bench in the clearing, and there's a clearing, like you could just like, it's got a view and everything. And it's just like a picnic bench, but it was weird. It had this like blue hue around it. Like there's like the opening of the space. Like if you could envision like the trees and everything, and then there's this bench right here, like leaves are hanging, but there's like, I don't know if I'm dehydrated, probably am. And like, it's just this, like the blue, there's just like this blue hue, like just sitting there. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to, for whatever, I don't know why I took my shoes off. I took my shoes off, and whether it be because my feet were tired or whatever it was, but it felt like something about it, like just felt kind of like I'm entering like a sacred space, even though I know this is not a sacred space. Like something is sacred about whatever it is I'm about to go do. Because all I said was, God, I'm going to kneel here, and I'm just going to sit here, and I'm just going to wait. And I'm just like kind of sitting there kneeling, praying on the bench. And now, mind you, I'm not even looking at the clearing. I'm actually facing back in towards where the ski lift is. And all of a sudden I just get this like complete overwhelming sense of peace. And I could almost like see God in my mind. Like he's just like, he's got his arm on my shoulder as I'm kneeling there. And then I stand up, and I could just like, I just put my head, like I just kind of like stand up, and I like slightly put my head back, and like just tears start rolling. And I feel like I could feel him like hugging me, like putting his arm around me. Like, I'm here for you. I love you, man. I'm here. I'm right here.
Let's go.
I've always been right here. And after that, that was it.
I love it, brother. That's awesome, man.
5 minutes later, I was cursing at him. the amount of up down that I had to do after that was just like, I was like, dude, like, what are you doing to me? Is this a joke?
I thought you had my back, bro.
I thought you had my back, man. It was like, I kept having to go like down 200 feet, up 200 feet, down 200 feet, up 200 feet for like 6 or 7 iterations. I'm like, dude, you're killing me.
Yeah.
I got up on, I get up, and so I get back home, and I read the verse. It's Isaiah 55:11. So shall my word be that it goes out from my mouth. It shall not return to me empty, but will accomplish that which I purpose, and shall succeed in the thing for which I sent it.
Love it.
And so I was like, well, I hear you. I know you're real, and now I hear you. And so day 5 starts, and I'm like, I don't even want to get up. My feet are bleeding. My feet are bloody. And I'm just like, I don't know. And so like, I was like, fuck it. Threw some tape on it, threw some moleskin on it, tape, moleskin, powder, all the things. Cause they're trash at this point. And I'm like, forget it. And so, again, I wait because of the effect that it had. I was like, I'll wait till the end of the day to read the verse. I put in like 30 something miles that day, 30 something miles, whatever it was, 32 something miles. Now, mind you, I lost some of the tracking because I forgot to hit start after I got lost.
Okay.
But the logged stuff is about 110, 112 miles.
Dude.
So like, and I got lost a couple miles a couple times. So I graciously say I did 114 miles because I know it was way more than that.
Yeah.
But like so I get to the sound and I'm like, I'm getting towards the sound and like, it's the most beautiful, like 30 miles I've ever done. And I'm like, it's like halfway through the day and I'm like, nobody was anticipating me finishing that day. And I'm like halfway through and I'm like, dude, I've already put in like 18, 20 something miles. Like I'm going to finish this thing right now.
Let's go.
I'm like, we're going to finish this thing today. It's happening. And like, I kind of want people, I want my, like the people that I told about that, that I'm going to like, hey, I'm going to make it. Just see if you can make it there. And like, and a lot of people couldn't make it, but my parents, they ended up making it. So like, I'm getting towards the end of it and like the sun is setting. Like I want to get to the sound before the sun sets. So I'm literally chasing the light. I am the last 3 or 4 miles. I am running as fast as I can to like literally running the whole time.
Body's broken.
I'm running, chasing the light. And I get there just in time. And like, my mom and dad, I see them on the road and like, they're like pulling past me. They're like honking the horn and stuff. And I'm like sprinting at that point. And, which is wild because my feet are trash.
Dude.
Total trash.
Yeah.
And, I get there and my parents, they had like some random people just like cheering me on. It was really weird.
Love it.
It was funny. And then I get to the middle of like the soccer field and I'm like, cause I didn't get over to like over the sand berm yet to get to actually where the sound is. But I got to the terminus. There's the start of it and then there's the terminus. So I got to the terminus for the trail and I passed it and I just broke down and I just started crying. Like, just like that was it. And then I realized I was like, oh wait, I still got to go do this last little like quarter mile, whatever it is. Like go to the sound and I catch the sun going down and I just sit there for a while and just sit in the ocean and I'm just like, okay,
let's fucking go.
See you, man. I was like, I got you. And then I read the verse. It was entered by the narrow gate, for the gate is wide and the way is easy and leads to destruction. And those who enter by it are many, for the gate is wide and narrow and the way is hard and it leads to life. And those who find it are few. And I was like, okay, I know what I got to do.
Yeah. So how did you pick your Bible verses, or was it just kind of on random?
I opened the verse.
Whatever
was there, that was it. I did not pick these.
Dude.
So when I say like he was talking to me, he was literally talking to me. I did not pick them. They were not predetermined, anything. I couldn't even tell you where these were before I even read them.
Yeah. That's nuts.
I had never opened the Bible. I had barely opened it prior to. I tried reading Genesis just like everybody starts at, and then like, I didn't really get anywhere with it. And then I was like, okay, this is going to be the start of me like eventually reading the Bible. And that's how everything came from it. And then because of that, Tyler helped me come up with an affirmation for myself that like, that's been really pivotal for me beyond these verses. And now obviously for the Take Up Your Mantle Challenge organization that I have now, our nonprofit, like I use these verses for the hike.
Yeah.
So like, tier 1 has a verse, tier 2 has a verse, tier 3 has a verse, tier 4 has a verse. And the thing that Tyler helped me come up with though is after that, because I don't think he anticipated me finishing. I don't know if Clayton anticipated me finishing. I certainly didn't anticipate me finishing.
Right. Especially after day one.
One of the coolest things about that hike, though, is you get to see how far back you came from the start of the day.
No shit.
And you're like, you can't believe that you just did that.
That's awesome.
You're like, what the?
Yeah.
I just did that? I'm going to, like, it wasn't me. Yes, there were things that happened. Like I had a why for each day. Like the first day was because of my kids. So I'm like walking to the darkness. I'm like, I got to go get them. Something is some entity or something. I made it in my head like something is taking them away from me. So no matter what happens today, I have to go and get them. I thought I could do that again on day 2. It didn't work. Something else had to change. So day 2 for me was like, it was for the church. I can't quit on these people.
Yeah, they need me.
Day 3 was the veterans.
Yeah.
Day 4 was because God. And day 5 was him realizing like, hey, you got this. I'm here with you. So like the why does change sometimes. I think there are solid whys that we all have, but sometimes it may change and it may push you further than you thought. It may not always be the same thing every single time. And then that's when me and Tyler started talking about making affirmations, and like he was doing that with a couple different people. And so the affirmation that I ended up coming up with was this is what it is, and this is something that I read every morning. It's, I'm a child of God, a father, a brother, a son of liberty, a protector of those who can't protect themselves against all evil. I'm a disciple and ambassador of God. I strive to be disciplined in my faith and my work ethic, holding the standard God has set in my life and to share that with others. I will surround myself with individuals who are driven in the same likeness to make me aware of my own limitations and downfalls. So iron sharpens iron as one man sharpens another. I do all this because my children will replace me, and I want them to have the inheritance of my lessons learned to propel them forward for what God is preparing for them in their own lives, and to pass that on to future generations. This is only possible because of Jesus' sacrifice. I've broken my chains, taken up my mantle. I will wear his armor, endure this world, and share his light everywhere I go for the rest of my days.
That's awesome, man.
So, yeah.
So what is your why now?
It's being a dad.
Yeah.
You know, my son the other day, I had one of those moments where I felt like God was like in the room, because it doesn't always happen, right? Like it feels like sometimes he's not there at all. And like when he's not there, I've been learning, like, do work, serve, help, like do work, and then just wait. And then like I was telling Tyler, I was like, hey man, like I feel really alone right now. And then like out of the blue, like a week or so later, like Tyler was like, hey man, just want you to know God wanted me to tell you that you're not alone and he loves you. And I was just like, yeah, I was a fucking mess. I was just like, because it had been like a little while, and I was just like, dude, and then the other day, you know, I'm sitting in the room with my son Grayson, and you know, he won his flag football championship.
Let's go.
So he got, you know, I didn't think he was even going to get the ball, and he ended up getting the last touchdown. It wasn't the winning touchdown, but he got like the last like midfield run-in touchdown.
That's awesome.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm like, it's like, Dad, you're just like, holy cow. And then, you know, he ends up getting the game ball for most improved player for the entire season.
That's awesome.
And I think I was praying for the team in the park that morning and everything like that. And I just like, I didn't want it to be like about one player or anything. I wanted it to be about the team, and it's exactly that. And it was like my prayers answered and everything. So I was sharing it with Grayson, and I was telling him about like, he got these like legit like rings, like legit heavy.
Yeah.
Like
They do that
metal.
now. It's
I was
so
like,
cool.
I was
Yeah.
like, holy cow. Like this is crazy. And so, I was telling him like, hey bud, like these rings and these things that you get, like, you know how like Daddy was a gymnast and everything like that. He's like, yeah. It's like, because he's gone through my medals and everything like that. Because we kind of went through the whole like, hey, like not everybody gets a ribbon kind of thing. I got that through them to both my son and my daughter right away. So I showed them like all my medals from like gymnastics and everything like that. And like, I was like, do you ever see Daddy hang up his medals or anything like that? He's like, no. What about, do you ever see Daddy hang up like his like military stuff or any of his like military medals? And he's like, no, although I should.
Yeah, get the shadow box.
Yeah. So, but like, do you know why that is? And he's like, no. And I'm like, these things are going to tell you stories. They're going to be chapters in your life, and then you'll be able to tell somebody about those things, and they're going to share stories. But like the thing about them is like, it's not about those things. It's about what you went through for the, you know, not to get the thing, but to build yourself to be something better.
Yeah.
And what Daddy's trying to do, what Daddy's number one trophy is you in Savannah. I want you to become a man that loves God and raises your own kids to do the same, to make them faster, to make them smarter, to make them stronger, to make them more loving, to make them kinder, to have more integrity, to help those who can't help themselves, to be there, to do things that are hard and raise your kids to do the same. That's Dad's trophy. And if I get to see that, then Dad has done everything, and I've done everything that I need to do. I don't need anything else. Yeah, man. And my son is just like, you could tell he was just really receiving it. Yeah. And I was just like, and you know how kids are. They don't always do that.
Right. For sure.
They just don't. And it was like,
you knew it sank home.
It just sank home. And I don't know. It just, yeah. So, and, but yeah. So after the hike, the church closed. We raised $2,700.
Right.
And it's okay. But because of Tyler and Clayton, and because of my experience in the Air Force and knowing what combat controllers, tactical air control, party airmen, I know it was Sal T before, but now Special Reconnaissance Airmen and pararescuemen do, and reading about them in books and stuff like that. Few people know about them, and because they've been there and mentoring me, and it's, you know, helped me to keep holding a standard in my life, and because of God now and everything else, like we're going to bring people to faith, and we're going to let people know what these guys do. We're going to raise money for their foundations. We're going to keep those stories alive. We're going to build people up in faith. So yeah,
Love it, man.
that's how it started.
Life is good, dude.
Yeah.
So you guys have an event coming up in September.
September 26th, 27th. Just published it today.
It's out, baby.
Yeah.
So what is that event going to look like?
So we got 4 tiers. The first year we did 3 tiers. It was like tier 1 is it's similar to what my first hike was, but we're not doing that duration. Like that's not, I don't think it's reasonable to ask for people to do like in 2 days. I won't tell somebody to do something that I haven't done myself. So it's a 2. So the tier 1 is called Take Up Your Mantle. It'll be a 2-day hike. You can do 1 mile. You can do up to 50 miles. It's totally your choice. You're going to be hearing Lori Chapman, who is our guest speaker the first year. She's going to be coming out again this year, as well as Tyler. He's going to be coming out as well this year.
Love it.
And we're going to be doing some fellowship and mentorship while we're out on the trail. And yeah, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be me tying to some of these things that I talked about in here, as well as some of the Bible verses and stories that I used the first year. And tier 2 is Take Up Your Cross. It's just a 1-day version of it. So you can do, again, up from 1 mile up to like 20 or so miles. Tier 3 it's called Walk in Faith, and it's just friends and family getting together. You can come and hear Lori and Tyler speak. And if you want to, just walk around later, put some miles in, go for it. Like if you don't, and you want to go somewhere else and go hike, go for it. All we want is for you to reflect on the stories that are shared by Lori and Tyler and the faith. And if you hear, the sermon that's shared that day, that you take those and you reflect on those and you talk to each other about it. Make your families come together, talk. Maybe you have to talk about hard things, or maybe you don't have any faith at all and it's something you want to reflect on. We just want you to reflect on it. And, those Air Force Special Warfare Airmen, and there's a lot of veterans out there too that people don't know about. And it's like, those guys are putting in insane work that people just don't know about. And we're just asking you to do a little bit of that yourselves. And as you're doing it, maybe it's just you, like it was for me when I did it the first time. Have your friends and family sponsor you. Get as many people as you can. It's $1 a mile.
Yeah.
That's all we're asking. We're not asking for like big donations or anything like that. If you want to give monthly, that's great. We're not asking. You don't have to give like, you don't have to give like $25 a month. If you want to give $1 a month, I don't care.
Yeah.
That's fine. It's like when, Jesus feeds the 5,000, the 3 loaves of bread and 2 fish, right? Like just a little bit goes a long way. The walk in faith is just you connecting with your family. That's it. And then we have a 4th tier that we kind of combined, that it was a combined tier last year. If you were out of state, you could still go and do it. We just ask that you, because we're gonna try and live stream it this year. We should be able to. It'll probably be through a Facebook page when we do it. So you can hear Lori and you can hear Tyler speak as well as myself, and get out to a hiking location for yourself or a park, whatever, and put in whatever you want to put in, and share the stories. The thing is, share the stories, share the sermon with the people that are sponsoring you.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about it together.
Yeah.
Grow together. Fight together if you have to grow together. Whatever it is. And, we're going to raise money for the boys and their families. And, yeah.
I love it, man.
That's it.
So is this year 2 or what year are we on for you guys?
This is year 2.
How did the first year go? Did you get a lot of feedback from the people who did tier 1, tier 2?
We had 2 people do tier 1. One was actually tier 1 out of state.
Okay.
But we had somebody flying from Texas. His name is Thomas Speck, and what a great dude, man.
Yeah.
Just like, so his dad, check this out. His dad is a manager or manages a good portion of the 4.6s.
For people who don't know what the 4.6 is, I don't know what the 4.6 is
So
either.
if you've ever watched Yellowstone, the
Oh,
series,
I got you now.
the
Yeah.
the 4.6 is down in Texas.
Okay, yeah. The 666, yeah.
666,
Yeah.
yeah. And
Or 4.
the
sorry.
4, yeah. So, so he came down and he said his feet were like killing. He's having like the worst nerve pain ever in his feet, like because of a black mold issue that he got. It caused some nerve pain in him, and it for whatever reason it affected his feet.
Shit.
So I'm like, dude, that's wild. So he's telling me all these things. I pick him up from the airport and everything, and drop him off at the hotel and stuff. And he's like, he's really nervous about doing this hike because he doesn't think he's going to be able to push through. Kid ended up putting in 33 miles.
No shit.
Yeah.
Let's go.
He ended up putting in 33 hard miles, like good miles. So yeah, like and like his only feedback was he wished that I talked more about faith on the trail. And I didn't really, I kind of wanted to let him just kind of digest
right.
like I did. I didn't really want to talk too much.
Go through his own experience.
Through his own experience. But all the feedback that we got from everybody on tier 2 who joined up with us the next day, they were like, we wanted to hear more. I'm like, okay, done. So
Done.
Lesson learned. We're gonna make that happen this year. We're gonna talk far more while we're on the trail.
Love it.
So we're gonna do it on Saturday. Everybody's gonna launch on the same day, and then the only person that's going the next day is tier 1, and that's it. So we're trying to get the Air Force Special Warfare. I talked to an Air Force Special Warfare recruiter out of Hanscom in Mass, and I talked to him recently, and he, I just told him about it. This was like 2 weeks ago. I was like, hey man, I know you guys got guys going in development session, or like in a development group. You can use this event as a way to like, hey, one, meet some Air Force Special Warfare people, right? Lori, legend, whose brother is a legend.
Legend, yeah.
And probably one of the greatest GWAT heroes during that entire war.
Oh yeah.
Without even question. And like the epitome of what it means to be like, a father and brother, and like the way everything happened, just like, if any guy wants to go out, like, I swear that's like, if you had a choice, that's the way you'd want to go out.
True fucking American hero, brother.
True fucking warrior.
It's like picture perfect Hollywood right there.
Like,
but it actually happened.
Tyler, incredible dude, man. Like, dude is just like pure light, man. He is just an incredible human being. And come out, listen to those people, and then you get to go push yourselves too.
Love it, man. How many people do you have signed up so far?
I just published it today. So
okay.
Nobody's going to be signed up yet, but like, listen, get out there, go to mantlechallenge.org/events, or you can just go to the homepage and check it out. Sign up.
I love it, man. That's badass.
Yeah.
It's going to be cool. I might see if maybe I'll make it out this year.
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe I will.
If you can't, there's a tier 4 option.
Well, I know my wife, and she wants to go out to like Boston or that kind of area. Yeah. So, I mean, that could be a little bit of a little pit stop we do, and then head up north.
For sure. We'd love to have you. That'd be awesome.
That'd be sick, man.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
Yeah. Tier 4 is called Holy Spirit Driven.
Okay.
So we just call it the Destination Challenge. So wherever you're at in the country, you don't have to be here in Connecticut. If you like what we're doing, here's your option. You can still support us from afar. Send us pictures, send us feedback. Like every event, there's going to be, hey, tell us what we did good, tell us what needs to change, and tell us what we did bad. Like, I want to know, because that's the only way we're going to grow, and that's the only way we're going to get better.
Absolutely,
and I know we're only in year 2, but like I will take the feedback and we will apply it.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
Love it. So if people want to donate, they go to
mantlechallenge.org/donate.
And then they can do a monthly donation. They can do like a lump sum donation.
They could do a lump sum. They could do a monthly donation. It's we're a 501c3 as of this past winter. So you'll be tax exempt. It's all that stuff. So you could have the write-offs, whatever. But yeah, whatever you want to do. If you give more than $25 a month, you'll get a pretty cool coupon code for all future events, and that's forever.
Absolutely. So if they want a sick fucking cool shirt like the one I'm wearing now, where would they go for that? Which, by the way, the quality is fantastic. It's super, super soft.
Thank you, man. So right now, not selling online yet, not able to do it yet.
Come on, man. We got to get these shirts out.
I know. So it's at the event right now.
Okay.
I'm hoping to do that end of this, probably starting next year. We're able to start doing that. But the shirts will eventually get out, because I know people are asking for the swag.
Oh, dude, swag's sick. The logo's sick. Hand drawn, by the way.
Yes, hand drawn logo.
And who's the artist again?
It's me.
You.
Yeah.
Let's go, dude.
Yeah. So it took me 4 days to draw the night. And so if you go on mantlechallenge.org/about, it kind of encapsulates what that drawing is, and it kind of gives you the vivid detail for everything. So it goes over each part, it ties with Ephesians, the book of Ephesians, when it talks about the whole armor of God, and that's my rendition of the whole armor of God. I read afterwards what the sword of the Spirit really is. It's more of like a dagger than a broadsword that I put on there, but I like the broadsword.
Broadsword's sick as fuck, dude.
So
it's too late to change it anyways.
Yeah. So that's what it came out to be. That's my rendition of it. So it had a little bit of references from like Lord of the Rings and
love it.
That kind of stuff. So I was like, yeah, this is what I came up with. So
love it, dude.
Yeah, man.
Love it. And Kevin, where are we at for time?
Hour 31.
Hour 31. So we're cruising, buddy. Anything else you want to touch on before we take off?
I mean, I would say, beyond my event or just even me or anything like that, if you're struggling with stuff, man, I would encourage you to grab yourself a Bible, pick any book in the Bible, whether it be, I would say start maybe in a gospel, which is Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John. Read it for 30 days straight. The same book for 30 days straight. I guarantee you it'll change your life.
Yeah.
I know for me, like if we took all the deities, throughout human history that we know of, whether it be from Egyptian mythology, Greek mythology, Norse mythology, like Judaism, Islam, Buddhism, Hinduism, all these religions. There's only one God in human history that unrobed his divinity to become man, suffer as we suffer, show us how to literally walk a true path of righteousness, what it means to be a leader, what it means to be a father, what it means to be a protector, and die for us. Something that was eternal, that is eternal, that doesn't have to know what any of that suffering or pain is, chose to do it anyways, and did it for you.
Torture. He was tortured.
Literal.
You actually read and look into like what he had to go through. It's fucking insane what they did to him.
Basically eviscerated, spine exposed, carries a 300-pound cross up like, I forget what the distance is.
Yeah.
But like just up a hill.
Yeah.
Like with, mind you, a crown of thorns. Digging into your skull.
It's not just like a rose bush. It's like legit like nails.
Nails. Harder than nails, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah.
I think it was like a Sean Ryan podcast. The guy brought on like a replica.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's like filming them. Dude, insane.
Yeah, literal. And it's like, so like beyond Jesus Christ, let's just say you didn't want to believe in Jesus Christ. Maybe you just want to say, no, it's a fable. It's not real. Politics is downstream of culture. Culture is downstream of morals and values. So morals and values have to come from something. They have to come from something outside of ourselves. Because if we're just saying, I feel, I think, well, this is good because whatever you think, it's morally relative.
Mm-hmm.
Who cares? It can change because it's just what you think or feel.
Right.
So we need to discover, we owe it to ourselves to discover like what's objectively true. Where does objective morality come from? So you have to look at all those different things, of course, like as far as truth goes. And I know that Christ is the truth, the way, and the life. Yeah. I know he is.
Well, it was like an age or some dating of the shroud that he was wrapped in after his resurrection.
I forget what the name of it is.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And it literally, like the imprint of a man that literally looks like Jesus.
Yeah.
And I think they tested the blood, and the blood's like...
Yeah, there's a guy that has like a blood sample and everything else, like separate from that as well.
Yeah.
And it confirmed his divinity because like the chromosomes weren't like...
Yeah, something was not normal.
Yeah.
So which is fucking insane.
Yeah.
Because there was some type of criticism of it, like they're like, no, the exterior of the shroud or whatever it was it dates back to this time, but they're testing the wrong portion because it can be hemmed or replaced.
Sure,
they have to test like closer to the center of it.
Sure.
But which again, I mean, that just shows and proves what happened in the Bible's
Yeah.
true.
And people will, still go and say like, well, why does God allow evil to happen? Well, we have free will.
Right.
We have free will. The ability to have free will means that we can truly love something.
Mm-hmm.
Without free will, we can't truly love anything. We're just being oppressed by something to tell us like, hey, you have to love this.
Yeah.
Like if that was the thing. So like if you can't truly love something, you can't love something without the free will. So it needs to be there. God didn't create hell for us. He created it for Satan and his demons.
Mm-hmm.
It's not for us. So we have the choice every day, and those choices do have, I believe, eternal consequences.
For sure.
Or internal implications.
Right. And I mean, like, what do people do day in, day out? I mean, it's work and then social media,
Yep.
all that stuff. And it just sucks. The time suck. It's an energy suck.
Yeah. And I go through it too. And I would say like, if you think Christianity is like supposed to be like this, like, I don't know, this great thing, it's for the most broken people.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I mean, a lot of people who face some of the darkest times in their lives, I mean, bounce back and a lot of these people find faith. I mean, I've found it myself,
Yeah.
and just in a different version of like a traditional church or like Catholic church and stuff like that. Like I bought like I was telling you about the Book of Enoch, and I just started reading that, and I read Enoch, and I was like, fuck, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And then you roll into Genesis, and like it took me forever because like every time they were saying something, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna check this out, and I'm gonna check this out, and I'm gonna check that meaning, and I'm gonna check this meaning.
Yeah, you should check out I know Wes Huff talked about it on Sean Ryan with Enoch. I don't know enough about Enoch to talk about it, but I know he's obviously, him being a theologian,
Mm-hmm.
he's a great resource for this. He talks about, because I think there's like 3 books of Enoch or something like that.
I think one or two. Yeah.
He talks about all of it with Sean, so he breaks it down pretty good.
Yeah. Well, they took. I think they go pretty deep into Enoch and like the different kings of heaven or something like that. But like, he never experienced death. Enoch was taken by God and brought up to heaven.
Yeah, Elijah was the same thing, right? With the chariot of fire.
Yeah.
Same thing. That's one of the stories that I talk about in, like, that's what like kind of like take up your mantle actually comes from. Like the take up your mantle thing is like, so you have here you have Elijah, right? This great prophet in the Book of Kings, and he's like this emblem of like God's fire, if you will, like having the fire for God kind of thing. He's doing all these great things, like these kind of like miracles, right? He's the one that actually holds God to his own word. When you read it, he's like, here's Elijah, this Tishbite from Tishbe. And like, he goes to Ahab, who's this jackass of a king. And like he's just doing terrible. He's like, there'll be a drought in the land because you have committed idolatry, basically.
Yeah.
And then it says, when you read it, and then the word of God came to Elijah. So God, it wasn't God. Usually when God talks to a prophet, there'll be a cue from God, and then the prophet will say the thing. This is God. This is Elijah holding God to his word because he knows what God has already said.
Yeah.
And God honors it. And then there's a drought in the land for 3 years. And then after that, this is, after they have the, between Baal and the Baalists and God, and the fire on the altar and everything, and then all the Baalists get slaughtered in the river and everything like that. He runs away because he's afraid that Jezebel's going to come and get him. He runs into the wilderness thinking, woe is me, I'm the only person here. And then God commands him basically 3 things. Go tell this person they're going to be king, tell this other person they're going to be king, and then go make yourself a disciple. And the most effective thing that he ever did, and he didn't do the first 2 things, by the way. He went and made the disciple with Elisha. Yeah. And Elisha, after Elisha, upon seeing Elijah go up into heaven, he asks God to bless him for a double portion of what, Elijah did. Not because he wanted to be a better prophet than Elijah, but because he wanted a double portion for whatever God had for him in his own life. Yeah. Help me do that thing double. Not because I want to be a better prophet, because I want to build your kingdom. Yeah. And so when that cloak, the mantle, Elijah's cloak falls, he asks God, hey, if you answer my prayer, then I'll know you've blessed me and answered my prayer. And I'm paraphrasing this, but when I slap the Jordan and it parts, that you've blessed my prayer, and I'll know it. And he does. He slaps the Jordan River with Elijah's cloak. It parts. People witness this, and he walks across, and he goes and does double portion. No shit. So take up your mantle. That's where it comes from.
Yeah. Did you ever see the show? I think it's called The Chosen.
Yes,
Yeah, it's actually pretty good.
it is. It is
Yeah.
pretty good. Yeah.
It's pretty good, and just to kind of see, I guess, like the Hollywood version of it, you can say, but
Sure.
I mean, it just shows what type of person Jesus was and what he did, and
Yeah.
you know, you read some of the Bible and you read some of the scripture, and he talks about like I am God, but then that's where like the interpretation comes from different meanings and different
Yeah.
languages and stuff like that. But to me, what he's saying is like God is within you. You are God, and I
Yeah.
am God.
You've been like when you repent,
Yeah,
make Christ your Lord and Savior, and follow Him, you get baptized.
Yeah.
You're given the Holy Spirit, His literal Spirit.
yeah.
It's there. It's in you. You know.
For sure. And like I noticed a difference too is like with meditation. If I when I was meditating like twice a day, it was like fantastic. But like just I got to a different cognitive level
For sure.
of like clarity.
Yeah.
And just like even brain fog lifted, and
Yeah.
word finding was so easy, and like shit would just come to me, and like my thought process, my creativity was just like through the roof. And then when I stop, it just starts to slowly deteriorate, and like
Yeah.
brain fog sets back in.
Yeah. That's why they call Him the bread of life. And
Yeah.
the living water.
Yeah.
Everything else like. And I know I said like with like the baptism thing, like then you receive the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit, scripturally, and I know I know different denominations believe different things here, but I know
Right.
like when you repent and make Christ your Lord and Savior, like and you say that prayer, that is when it is by grace through faith that you are saved.
Right.
Baptism is a work that shows that you are dying, you're killing your old self and becoming new, just as Christ has died and as He has risen. That's what it's truly for. But you receiving the Holy Spirit happens, I believe, before that, not after.
Yeah. And then like also talk about like fasting.
Fasting. Okay, so like that is like one of the biggest things that people need to do. Like Western society needs to do way more.
Oh yeah.
Way more.
Yeah, I take a 3-day water fast, and it's
Dude,
you
good
want to
for
talk
you.
about cognitive like ability, like boost, dude. Sharp
Dude.
as a fucking tack, man.
Yeah,
It-
because people didn't eat 3 meals a day.
no, not designed for that,
We
dude.
didn't do that forever. We had like one, like back then they probably only have like 1 or 2 meals a week.
Hunting and gathering, baby. Hunting and gathering. That's what that's what we are.
Yeah, literal.
You know, for sure. So it's like having food at our fingertips constantly, and then too, it's like all the shit we eat, processed foods, the bread and shit.
So it's causing all the brain fog, all the inflammation, all the other crap.
And the
It's
inflammation
delicious.
causes cancer. Oh, dude, it's fucking fantastic.
So good.
There's nothing like a nice slice of fucking Giordano's deep dish, or a little Portillo's big Italian beef with the mozz, the gravy.
Baptize it.
Do you dunk yours?
No.
On the side?
Extra gravy.
Extra gravy on the side?
Mhm.
I have to have it. I do, and I do like a little dunking. Also, I might be a little bit of a whore, but I like to put a little ketchup on my Italian beef. I know. Listen, don't judge me.
It's not a hot dog.
Listen,
You're fine.
I can't say anything. I just know all the Italians are rolling their eyes and they're like yelling at you right now.
It's all right. I'm 50%. They can fuck off.
Yeah, listen, I get it. Like I just know like dudes are losing. It's like the dudes that like break the pasta.
Yeah.
Just like
Oh. Well, it's the same thing like hot dogs in Chicago. You don't put ketchup on a hot dog.
in Chicago.
Yeah.
Really?
It's a sin.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know this.
You get kicked out of a shot for it.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No shit.
If you go to like the old school hot dog shops in like Chicago, they don't even have ketchup.
Yeah.
No way. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
NK-17, no ketchup over 17 years old.
Yep.
Wow.
Learn something new.
Serious. That's serious
Oh,
business.
they
Listen,
don't-
I get it. I mean, listen.
They don't
I-
fuck around.
I understand. Listen, I get it. That's good.
You've been in Gene and Jude's.
No.
Oh,
Max's.
solid, dude. And it was right by my police academy in Maywood, and we would stop for lunch every other day.
Yeah.
They give you fucking like 2 hot dogs, and it's just covered in fries.
Sounds delicious. It
Oh,
sounds
yeah.
like a different kind of version of like poutine or something like that.
Poutine.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I had poutine in basic, and I was like, oh, what's that? And they're like, oh, it's poutine. I'm like, oh, I'll try it. Disgusting.
Delicious.
You like it?
Absolutely.
Maybe I had it made
Okay.
wrong.
You had a
Yeah.
bad
Or
one.
okra.
You had a
Maybe I'm
bad
thinking
one.
of okra.
Oh, okra. Yeah,
Those
that's
are two
terrible.
very different
Oh,
things.
That's
Yeah.
very different.
Oh, I
Yeah.
had both in basic, and they both
So
one
poutine
sucked.
is like either
Sweet.
it's either tots and fries with
Okay.
gravy and cheese curds and bacon.
Ooh, that does sound good.
Yeah.
Because it's more of like a sweeter type of thing, right?
It's
Poutines?
no, it's savory.
Savory?
It's heavy. It's a heavy
Very.
dish.
I'm
It's
gonna have to try it again.
gravy,
Very.
cheese curds, and like bacon. Yeah, it's a lot.
But fried like okra fucking sucks. It just tastes like
Okra
you're eating
tastes terrible.
snotty, like
It's gross.
yeah.
Because in the texture of it is
Ugh.
disgusting.
I have it in gumbo. In gumbo, it's really good.
Oh, and gumbo. I love gumbo. I love me a good spicy gumbo or like a crawfish boil.
All right.
Boil.
I never had one.
Ah, dude.
I'm missing out. I know.
We need to start culturing you.
Talk about
listen,
fasting again.
Listen, hey, maybe next year or maybe in like year 5 or something like that, we can start doing hikes in different locations.
So that was something Tyler and I were talking about, and like we've already going to be trying to make that happen probably hopefully sooner than 5 years.
Let's go.
So,
Let me know. I'll come.
I'm going to try and make that happen.
Maybe
for sure.
Sedona.
Because I got parts of the country that like that was the big thing when I came back from the military too. Like there's parts of this country that I want to see still.
Yes.
Like,
Yes. That'd be so cool.
I need to.
Like
Absolutely.
I heard
need to.
Sedona's a great time. Arizona.
Yeah.
Fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
Sunsets. Spiritual.
Yeah. It really, anywhere where there's a national park or a good trail, we'll make it happen.
Hell yeah.
What's
Yeah.
the plan for you in the future?
Just keep growing that and building it. Just slow, steady, consistent, brick by brick. The thing that I killed in myself after I found God on day 4 was, I'm not going into special operations because the most important thing that I can do is raise my kids.
Yeah, man. Oh, here's the thing too, dude. Like, I think everything happens for a reason.
Yeah,
I think your path is already pre-laid out for you.
for sure.
And I think things are placed in front of you, no matter how hard or difficult it is, it's for a reason for you to learn and to grow and, preparing you for the future. I don't think God's going to put anything in your path that you cannot handle.
Right. Yeah, that's like, there's a good, I don't know who said this, but it wasn't me, but if there's a Goliath in front of you, then there's a David inside of you.
100%.
Love that.
So like God wouldn't put a challenge in front of you that you cannot overcome.
100%. So all these things that you missed out on and regret in life, and this is probably not just focused at you, but for anyone in general, like anything you missed out and you regret in your life, it happened for a reason. You didn't get that for a reason. You were meant for something different.
Yeah.
And this is what you're meant for. You're meant for starting this foundation to help people, to keep helping people, and to keep growing and make a difference in this world.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm gonna keep firefighting. I don't know for how long.
Yeah.
But, like we'll see. My back could always do better. 3 herniations and subluxation in the thoracic and bone spurs in my neck and all that other stuff. Like my back is like a lightning bolt instead of an S, like it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
I was telling you in the car on the way here, and just like I have Cairo, I have dry needling and PT and all the things and inversion tables. Honestly, and shout out to Taylor Starch for everything he's doing, man. I follow Taylor Starch at Get Starched, or go to Low Back Ability too. This is a separate guy that I saw on Instagram, and he's doing a lot of, I think, similar things with helping you with your if you have lower back or hip issues. I've been bro sciencing this for a long time. I've had these issues since the military. Go check them out. They work. I know they work.
Love it.
Just focus on strengthening your hips through progressive overload, and a little bit of decompression, but it's really progressive overload and strengthening those hips, those muscles that you haven't been training in a long time.
I love it, dude. Maybe you need to try some BPC 157.
What is that?
It's a peptide.
I don't know.
Yeah, so it's like an enzyme they find in your gut that helps heal your stomach lining.
Okay.
And they find that if you inject it near the area, it helps heal and repair. So like tendons and
No
possibly
kidding.
labrums. Yeah.
You have to check that out then.
I've been running it for probably 3 months now, and
Okay.
love it. Love it, man. I had shoulder pain in my left shoulder.
Yeah.
Probably because I was tearing my labrum slowly. It went away.
Yeah.
And then I re-aggravated it. But, listen, we're working on it.
Yeah.
But, so BPC 157 and TB 500 are both peptides that are supposed to, help heal.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
I'll have to check that out then, man. That sounds
fucking
awesome.
Lifesaver.
Yeah, man. For
Lifesaver.
sure.
And then and maybe whenever you get the cash, maybe some stem cells that will help you out too.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That shit's a little bit more expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Oh, man.
Love it, dude. Well, anything else you want to touch on before we go? It'll probably come up on 3 hours.
Just want to say thank you, man.
Dude, thank you, man.
Lori, thank you.
Love Lori.
Everyone who has been there, thank you for me. I mean, I'm just really grateful and blessed, man, to sit here and to just have the people that I do, my mom, my dad, my friends, Tyler, Clayton, thank you guys so much. Everybody that has been integral in my life, George, Steve, Rob, BG, Shandon, Jaden, Chris, all those guys. And more than anything else, can't thank God enough for him repurposing me and just keep putting me back on mission, man. So
Love it, man. And I appreciate you coming out. I love what you're doing. I love talking to great people like you. It motivates me and it keeps pushing me, and hopefully it motivates people listening, because there's more to life than just the fucking day-to-day monotony.
yeah,
There's way more to life, you guys.
yeah.
Love it, man.
And
Appreciate it.
to Grayson and Savannah, love you guys.
Say the best for last.
That's it, man.
The best for last. Kev, you got anything?
Cheers.
Cheers, brother. All right, you guys. Thank you for checking out another episode of Beyond the Dispatch, and we'll hit you up on another one.